There's no one literally to replace him out there. There's no star right-handed hitting right fielder they can go trade for.
So let's do that. Now, Andrew Salciunas has the day off today. It is not because of a clip that went viral from our show last week about Jalen Hurts. He's got regular vacation, but he was getting ripped because he said his number one question for the Eagles this year is about Jalen Hurts' performance at the quarterback position with the change in offense, Sean Mannion now taking over. What is your evaluation of that? Is that your number one question?
My number one question for this team this year would be if the offensive line can stay healthy and hold up. And it's not a very sexy question, right? Like, if the offensive line isn't healthy, we can't get Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens and Lane Johnson back to health. I don't care what plays Sean Mannion's calling. They're not going to have much of a chance. The offensive line has to be better. It has to be healthier. They've been the foundation of that team for so long. They've been responsible for so much success. We're talking about elite, all-time Eagle talents. So I don't say this in a critical way, but I say it in a way in which the offensive line has had to play through some injuries, and it's aging. And are they going to hold up and hold together? If they do, it's going to be a great season. If they don't, it's not. To me, that's where it starts.
On a Monday morning, Middays with Marks, 97.5. The Fanatic, I'm your host, John Marks. If you're listening on the good old-fashioned radio, frequency, 97.5. Call letters, WPNFN. Good morning. On the Fanatic app, good morning to you as well. Watching live on YouTube, our community of chat. Good morning to everybody. You can always watch whenever, whether it's podcast later on, whether it's on demand on YouTube, whenever you want. There's plenty of opportunities to listen and watch to Middays with Marks. As we say good morning to Ray Dunn. I was wondering if Ray and Sean, what kind of condition they were going to be in this morning after a long weekend of World Cup action. Hi, Ray.
Hi, I've applied for citizenship to Ecuador, but other than that, I feel good. Feel good.
Yeah, there are a lot of people from Ecuador in town.
So many people from Ecuador.
Are they from Ecuador, or are they just like from there originally, or both?
Some from originally, some just nationality that they live in America. I met a guy from South Carolina that went to Qatar for the 2022 World Cup and was like, I couldn't miss it when it was in America. I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense given you went from South Carolina to Qatar 4 years ago.
A little bit of a longer trip.
Yeah, a little different just to come up to Philly. But, man, what an environment yesterday. The tailgate, stateside live, then inside a live casino. Woo, I'm still buzzing from everything.
And we say good morning to a gentleman who I was figuring was going to come in here. Sometimes when Sean comes in like this, it's better Sean than not. His name's Sean Brace. Good morning, Sean.
Oh,
There's some guys dragging today.
yeah. There's definitely some guys dragging over here. I'm feeling good. Feel good, but not as young as I once was, John. That's what it comes down to, right? I fill up the calendar with all these events, representing this station with pride, and I show up. And whether I'm hobbled with one leg or whatever, I'm still ready to perform. But 4 straight days of that, I'm feeling it today. There's
How many
no doubt.
how many beers did you have yesterday?
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Modelo's. I had.
And where were you yesterday?
Yesterday was at Tradesman's from 4 to 6 p.m. with the fine folks from Modelo's. We crushed it. It was awesome. Ecuador, as Ray pointed out, the whole city was yellow. Ecuadorian ladies all over the place. Just a beautiful day in Philadelphia. But to answer your question, I'll take the over on 7 or 8.
Yeah, I will
There's
too.
some guys dragging today.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you smoking too?
No.
You already burning cigs?
No smoking, none. But I feel like I have. That's for sure. What a day, though. What a day. What a weekend. And I know it's really it's tough because the World Cup is not for everybody. Soccer's not for everybody. But like I got the bug, And I'm sure a lot of people do too, but I understand if people are like, we need more USA in our face.
I'm not I think it's a great event, and every time I've ever watched it, forget about just the United States, the entire thing is great, and it's awesome that we have it in the city. It's awesome you guys were able to experience everybody that's come to Philadelphia for this. It's excellent.
Yeah.
But I was cleaning out my garage and building new shelves for my garage, and then I went to the pool.
Nice.
So we were on many different levels. The text chat was, oh, my God, Ray's like, the women. I want to do DM dating with Ray with only women from Ecuador.
I'm trying to tell you about Curacao and
Yeah, you guys
Ivory Coast soccer.
The excitement was palpable.
Yes.
I was sweating through my second shirt of the day as I was taking stuff from my driveway and bringing it back into the garage. And you're like, hey, and I'm like, yeah, like this is what I'm doing. And I took a picture of the inside of my garage and what I was doing.
Nice work on that, too.
But then I went to the pool, which made me very happy in the afternoon.
That's smart.
The collective BAC of that group chat last night was a little much.
Yeah, you guys were hammered. It was clear. Right. And I was sober.
Nate.
Negative Nate was hammered.
Negative Nate.
Well, Dutz and I live vicariously through you guys.
Nice.
Even though Dutz is 21.
Yes.
He still does. So anyway, but I'm sure. So if you were in on the World Cup yesterday, you probably had an unbelievable time.
We got
and people are enjoying it, man.
4 games. I think 4 straight days of 4 games. So it started. This is day 3. And we got tomorrow 4 games as well. John, the other night, Saturday night, I get home at midnight. They're kicking off. What was it? It was
Australia, Turkey.
Excuse me. Yes, it was Australia and Turkey. I'm watching that game till 2 in the morning. It's like it's great. This is awesome, And
you were rooting for Turkey or Australia?
I had the over.
Oh,
So I was rooting for the over, yeah. Joe Tanzi
What was
gave me
the
that.
over under?
It was 2.5, I want to say.
I was going to say, 2-0 didn't feel like an over to me.
Exactly. So, but hey, look, at the end of the day, 2 a.m. soccer live event, I'm all for it.
Betting for the draw is my new favorite thing.
Oh, boo.
I'm all in. The daily draw. Just bet one game to tie.
A couple draws yesterday, right? There's at least one.
Yeah, that Japan game was.
Yeah, Japan was a draw.
Netherlands. That was insane.
See, look at you.
Yeah,
Paid attention.
I went to the home screen of ESPN.com. Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind that if the United States game was played at anything other than 9 p.m. on a Friday night, if it was played last night at 6 p.m., I just think, yeah, we're talking a little bit more about it.
But there was a lot of I had a lot of friends there were a lot of text chains going on my phone about the USA game. So even though it was less than ideal as far as the timing of it, this week 3 o'clock on a Friday, which will be good.
Which is cool.
So you'll have more people, maybe taking the half day, or they're not working at all, or let's face it, it's Friday in June, so the productivity isn't as high as maybe October.
I'm working remote today.
Yeah, I'm working from home.
The boys were buzzing on Friday. They got a lot of people talking. This is the most talented roster in USA soccer history. It was the most talented starting 11 to ever take the pitch in U.S. men's national team. They are deep. I'm just saying.
Deep team?
Just saying. Anything is possible.
All right, so we have a lot of Philly stuff to talk about. All right? I mean, between trades, Andrew Painter, they lose 2 or 3 to Milwaukee, which I think, didn't we all agree that losing 2 or 3 to Milwaukee, especially with the Miz, which was, by the way, I mean, you were World Cupped up. Yeah. I was just, it was unbelievable how dominant he was.
I saw one pitch, 105.
Yeah, he threw 104. Where is it?
I shut the game off after that. That was it. That's all I needed to see is when he threw 105 to Schwarber on a strikeout. I'm like, all right, I'm out. See ya.
Yeah, he can cook, without a doubt.
How do you hit that?
You don't, because the Phillies got 1 run and it got erased by a double play. So he faced the minimum. He faced 27, 15 strikeouts, no walks, 1 hit,
95 pitches.
Yeah, 95 pitches. And for a strikeout pitcher to throw 95 pitches and have 15 strikeouts, that means guys couldn't hit you, and because they couldn't. So it takes you in on the Phillies' problem, and Andrew Painter's obviously going to be an issue as well. Todd Zalecki's coming up at 11 o'clock, so we'll talk about a lot of different things with Todd because it comes out over the weekend. The Phillies are desperate for outfield help. And they made the trade for what's his name, Derek Hill. They made the trade for Derek Hill, and he's going to bat 9th, and he's going to be in there, and like whatever. At least he's not he's not a great player, but he can come in and not kill you. But they need real help, and they would like to do it sooner than later. It's tough, man. Not a lot of big trades happen, in the beginning, middle, end of June.
No, you're right. And I would just say when we were talking on Friday about going into the series 2-3 to the Brew Crew, absolutely. But I think a lot of that changed with the fact that they were able to win on Saturday. So what do? You roll Sanchez out there on Sunday, and I'm thinking, all right, go ahead and take the series. So, yeah, going into the series, I was saying one thing, but after Saturday, I felt a little bit differently because when you're rolling Chris Sanchez out there, you feel like you should win every single game. And 5 2/3, 8 hits, 4 runs, only 3 strikeouts yesterday, not his best outing. But it comes back to the same old song and dance, John. But now we're adding some new names to the list. Come on down, Trey Turner. A lot of people have the bullseye in his back.
Dude. He's horrible.
What? Like, how did he? He was pretty good last year.
Yeah,
right?
It was the most uninspiring National League batting championship ever.
Top 5 MVP final voting. Like, what?
But still, it didn't feel like it. Like he lived up to his end of the bargain.
I agree with
the
that.
contract. But like maybe we weren't being fair last year. But let's face it, he's got 7 years left on his contract after this year. 7. Trey Turner, 7 years left on his contract. He's not going to get any faster. The defense isn't going to get any better.
No.
If he's not going to hit for power, putting him in left field, all right, you got to have a high average. You got to be able to do a little bit of everything. He has 7 years left on his contract.
219 average this year.
Yeah, but it also his on-base percentage, he's not walking. He's striking out a lot. His on-base percentage is 269. His OPS is less than 600.
Yeah, remember when you gave him that standing O? His OPS at that time was 656. It was 50 points higher than what it is right now.
Ruh-roh. Got an issue with Trey Turner. Now, is this something you can't do anything, right? Like, you just got to continue to pencil him in and go out there and play.
You do give him a day off, give him a couple days off. Do you does Kevin Long need to try something? I don't know. I can't help looking towards the 7 years. This year obviously sucks, but what about next year? Maybe it's a year-to-year thing with him. But, man, you paid him to be a difference maker, and he's been anything but a difference maker. I mean, really, even though last year he had a good year, was he really the difference maker that you're looking for? Like a Schwarber, like a Harper can be an impact. Is he an impact bat?
No. I'm trying to be fair. That's the thing. He has those moments. He has those glimpses of greatness. And you're like, oh, okay, that's Trey Turner. And I also want to be fair. It's a bad season. Career batting average 293, but then we look back at what he did last year, and yeah, the numbers are the numbers.
It was good.
But what else did he bring to the table? And his defense is not good, as you said. So it's a question that I don't have the answer to. I don't know who does. You brought up Bohm or the day off. That's what they did with Bohm. How about this? Your shortstop and your third base are both batting 219 this year. Like, come on, man.
How about that?
219 batting average from both of those guys right now. Yeah, that's. And then what's Stott doing? He's not anything.
But doesn't it feel like at least he has impact with big hits or home runs?
Sure.
But to your point, the average certainly isn't high.
What's his average?
I'm down on the Phillies.
230 or something?
Bryson Stott, right? You got a guess?
238.
232, ladies and gentlemen. So he's higher than both
I
of
win.
those
I
guys.
didn't go over. I win both showcases. So 230.
Like, what is going on?
But at least there's the good news with Andrew Painter. Whoops.
I'm down on the Phillies.
Crawford has not been good.
I'm down on the Phillies.
Thank you, Vic.
What is the game plan with Painter? We'll discuss Zalecki at 11 o'clock, Trey Turner, and we're going to have some trade talk as well this hour. And also to start off next segment, so you got to come back or stay tuned for this or get to YouTube. We're going to sing Happy Birthday to one of my favorite people in Philadelphia, my guy.
Oh, wow.
That's coming up to start next segment. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. plan to keep Joel? And can you say with 100% certainty that Joel Embiid is back for 2026?
Yeah, Joel's ours right now. I've had great conversations with him. We FaceTimed. I'm actually going to see him in a couple days to kind of sit down in person with him. But, we just got to get Joel on the court. Obviously when he plays, we're really good. He's still a dominant force. I mean, he can get 25 in his sleep. And I know he's self-motivated. Obviously he doesn't like the questions about him not being available, but he wants to play. He wants to be on the court.
Happy birthday to you.
I'm the dumbest coach in the world.
Happy birthday, Nick Sirianni.
So I'm not doing a good enough job.
Happy birthday to you.
And that's in my notes.
Coach.
Nick Sirianni's 45th birthday.
How about that?
Nick Sirianni's 45th birthday today, Sean. Happy birthday, Nick.
We all fertilize.
The most underappreciated coach, player, person in the world.
So much good.
Nick Sirianni. Happy birthday, buddy. 45 years old.
Nick Sirianni, 45, 1981. Him and I, same age, all of that across the board.
I'm the dumbest coach in the world.
He's just a tad more successful than me. Just a little bit
I'm the
more,
smartest coach in the world.
more successful than I
It's
am.
not over yet, though.
So I'm not doing a good
You're
enough
right
job.
about that.
Who knows? So you've been. Who's been in more Super Bowls?
He's got me there.
Fine,
He
lie.
does.
Yeah, he's got me there. Yeah.
Only one?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's got me there.
still been in one. There you go.
Coach.
Happy birthday, Nick Sirianni. 45 years old.
45. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to do a big show on him today, but he's definitely a unique Philadelphia sports personality.
We all fertilize.
Right, exactly.
He is, and it's one of those things where he gets the job done. We know what his strengths are, right? That's clear.
Hell yeah.
And I think, it's one of these guys or players that can fit inside the situation when it comes to the media, right? Doesn't go crazy, gets called out, criticized for everything, doesn't respond. He's very under the radar. Just think about how he handled A.J. Brown nonsense. Like Nick Sirianni.
Very impressive.
And that's in my notes.
It's part of the deal when you play in this city that you have to handle this the right way, and he does.
Well, the guys love him, and believe me, he drives me nuts with the yelling. And when he was doing what game was that where he's like, "Who effing love this stuff?" And then AJ Brown, he ran down to AJ Brown, the Bills, yeah. AJ Brown gave him a side eye. There might be some eye rolling with him sometimes. I don't know. I mean, I roll my eyes at him sometimes, but he is he's about relationships. He's about family. He connects with the guys on a personal level. It's just not all football with him, and the guys play for him. You can't argue with the way they respond to him.
Nope. You're right about that.
He may not be calling plays, and people may ask what he's doing. I don't ask what he's doing. I know what he's doing.
Yeah, look, they have a way of going about things down there at the Jeff. I'm finally starting to come around.
I don't like it.
I know. The NovaCare is so much better.
I don't like it.
I can't. Wells Fargo Center, Xfinity Mobile, whatever. But the Eagles, it's been NovaCare forever. And now I got to say the Jeff, I hate it.
I need it. If Jeff wants to have an endorsement, I'd love to do a Jeff endorsement.
I'm down with that.
Then I would say it.
Sure.
But NovaCare, we're still getting used to it, right?
Down at the Jeff.
It's muscle memory. It's actually easier to say.
I would wonder if our listeners really know what the Jeff is.
I don't think so.
That's another part.
So to explain quickly, it's no longer the NovaCare complex. It's is it Thomas Jefferson, whatever?
Jefferson Health Complex.
Jefferson Health Complex. So
Feels right.
the naming rights went up. And, you think about the bargain NovaCare got. Man,
Oh, yeah.
you incorporate their whole facility as NovaCare, and they had a rehab spot down there. So anyway, there you go. Happy birthday, Nick Sirianni. So Phillies lose 2 or 3. I don't know if we thought Sanchez would win on Sunday. He didn't pitch great yesterday. Nola had a what did we call it earlier, Ray?
NOLA quality start.
A NOLA quality start, which isn't the quality start of 5 innings and 3 runs. It's just not getting shelled and keeping your team in the game.
The NQS?
Yes.
Is that in the analytics, advanced metrics?
Put it on the board.
All right.
NQS.
That's in my notes.
NQS. All right.
NQS. The NOLA quality start. So he went 4 2/3, I think, and he gave up 3 runs, and they had to get him out of the inning. But he didn't give up 6 runs in the first 4 innings. And Ray, I've been on the record as saying this for the last, I don't know, month or so, month and a half. If he can go 5 innings and give up 5 runs, I'll sign up for that every time. because at least the game's not over at that point. And actually, the Phillies have been scoring runs in his starts.
They know.
They did it again. Yeah, they're like, all right, let's go out. Let's go out after dinner and get some drinks tonight. Nah, Nola's starting tomorrow. You're right. Maybe we should just go back to the room and
Let's
get
get
our rest.
hydrated, boys. Yeah. They're going to need us tomorrow.
There's some guys dragging today.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So they get the win on Saturday. They lose yesterday with Sanchez. And the Miz looked absolutely better than advertised, man.
Yeah.
Unbelievable how good he is.
He's the real deal, and you remember coming around All-Star break now, and it's funny how that worked out last year where he was the one that took Sanchez's spot. Remember, he only gets 5 starts or whatever it was. They popped him on. You understand why.
Yeah, it was smart.
But it's going to be interesting. I do believe that baseball gets these sort of things right. Sanchez will be the starter.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
I don't think so. Not the way he's pitching. So Miz last year after the All-Star game, he struggled. He was not good the rest of the season. So then you're like, all right, well, what do you really have? He hasn't struggled so far, and we're already in June. So
He's electric.
no, he's unbelievable. But the Phillies have a pitching prospect that was and up until coming into the season highly regarded, and Andrew Painter again with a poor start. Now they actually tried an opener with him. They rolled Tanner Banks out there, who by the way he sucks. His ERA is higher than Painter's is, and he was really good last year. So his ERA, he sucks. So they run him out there. He gives up a run. He ends up taking the loss because he gave up the 1 run in the first inning. But then they bring Andrew Painter out, 5 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, and it's not just the overall line, because I had said 5 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs. All right, like that's not like horrible. But his ERA now is 6.43. He's 1-7 on the season, and he didn't even take the loss. And I think the bigger issue for me is I just don't see the stuff. When I watch, so for example, I watched Gage Wood pitch down at Double-A, and I watched some pitches last start because it was free on the MILB app.
Nice.
You can watch it. The dude's got stuff. He's got swing and miss stuff. Now, he can't pitch more than 4 innings. I don't think he's went 5 innings more than maybe what once. But when you watch him pitch, you're like, wow, all right, that dude right there, that fastball's got movement on it. That fastball's got life. He's got a hard splitter. He's got a hard check. And I don't see that with Painter. I see a guy that's going up there and has ordinary stuff for the most part. Now, he did hit 99 on the radar gun. So now it has me questioning if that radar gun isn't juiced, because they want it maybe a mile an hour higher because the Miz is throwing 104, because Painter was throwing 99. But his problem hasn't been velocity. His problem is stuff. And it's just flat. So, like, at what point do they send him to the minors? Is it you just keep putting him out there unless he's giving up 10 runs a game? You just keep putting him out there? Are we at the point, Sean, where he needs to be sent to the minors? Is it a start-by-start basis right now with Painter?
It's crazy because, he is the fifth starter, and it's just like you need more from him. You just do. You cannot go throughout the course of the season hoping and praying that he gets it done, and he's not living up to the expectations. What you pointed out, though, as far as the stuff, I come back to that A's game. It was the A's game where the guys hit the 2 home runs early, and literally it was 2 of the farthest balls I've ever seen hit from an opposing player in that yard. So they were just teeing him up, and you see that constantly happening. Command issues, getting hit hard, no consistency as far as quality innings. ERA, what, north of 5 now?
6.43.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, so I want to be fair, right, as I always do. The expectations, what are we trying to say? What do they need? Also the Tommy John surgery. So I don't think it's you send them down to the minors. No. What I do believe could be potentially happening is, you got a little
10-day IL.
Yeah, a little muscle issue.
Back.
Yeah. Oh, back. Okay, there you go. Yeah, a little sore back,
Hamstring
tight
strain.
back. Yeah. Give him a couple of days off. That could be in the future, and it stinks to say it, but it's the reality where we're at.
And then he gets rehab starts in the minors. That would probably be the best thing. Now, the Phillies aren't bursting with depth down at AAA. There's a veteran arm that you could bring up, and you could also do a bullpen game or something like that. But
What's the deal with the starter on Saturday? With him. What was that all about? Where did that
You
come
saying
from?
the opener?
Yeah, the opener. Excuse me.
I think Ray, would you agree? I think that they're just trying to switch some things up to give them a little bit more confidence. I don't know that is the top of Milwaukee's lineup lefty heavy?
Terang and I don't know if Yelich. He was going to face two lefties, two solid lefties at the top.
So
of the
they
lineup.
figured, hey, we'll just put Banks out there and whatever. I mean, normally that's not what you're doing for your highly regarded pitching prospect to try to get an opener.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea to try to get him going, but when it doesn't happen, and it wasn't like a total disaster, but they were down 6-0.
Correct.
They could have been down 1-0 and they were losing that game against the Miz. But you would think that if there's one game where he comes out and he is like, wow, he is like, all right, there's the painter I want to see, it'd be against a guy like Miz. And it wasn't. He looked like the same pitcher that he always looks like, which is like, all right, like, okay, like, all right, like, doesn't look like horrible. Does this look like one of the top pitching prospects in the game?
No.
Nowhere near it.
No, and you're not seeing any of the improvements. That's like, okay, give me one good start. Show me. Show me when everybody was talking about you and you were untouchable, untradeable. I still haven't seen that. Like, there's a couple innings that I've seen him pitch, and I'm like, all right, yeah, this dude's pretty good. I can understand the quality, but I haven't seen it this year. This year has just been bad, and they're teeing off on him. That's the big issue for me is they're just connecting barrel to ball, and that's not a good sign, right? You're up there. You obviously don't want to get hit hard. If you're throwing the ball 99 miles per hour, you should have some sort of breaking pitch that they can't catch up to, but it's just tough right now. He's not good. Add him to the list of the Phillies that aren't good because that list continues to grow.
It's not a good
I'm
club.
down on the Phillies.
Well, even though they won 2 or 3 over the Blue Jays, they just lost 2 or 3 to the Brewers. Like it's not a disaster, but when you look into details, there's some disasters going on with this team.
Catching, third base, shortstop, second base. Stott has some good hits. We're not killing him, but look at the average, right? There's lack of consistency there from Stott. Outfield,
But like
right field, you just lost Garcia for the season, essentially.
But I don't see Stott as a disaster. Honestly, Ray, tell me if you agree with this. I don't think Bohm's a disaster anymore.
No, Bohm's been solid since the disaster of a start.
Right, and that was a disaster.
Right.
Trey's a disaster. Is Crawford borderline disaster right now?
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
He's bad.
Right now,
Marsh is great.
Marsh is the savior of that outfield because literally there's nothing else to look forward to.
I remember screaming and yelling in the offseason saying, like, your outfield right now is Nick Castellanos. What? It wasn't even – we knew it wasn't going to be Castellanos. No. But it's a right fielder who we don't know and Brandon Marsh and Crawford.
Yep.
And that was it. Who are you going to sign? And they ended up signing Garcia. It looks like he's going to be gone for the season. They're saying August. I've seen some other people say, nah, he's going to be gone for the season. Who cares? He's not going to help you for the next 2 months.
Right. And you're not going to know what you have before the deadline.
He wasn't good anyway.
Yeah. It's almost wow, I thought this was the worst case scenario in right field. No, just kidding. It could get worse in right field because you traded for a guy legitimately because he's played almost as much right field as Brandon Marsh has in his career so far this season. Like,
JT had 3 hits on Saturday, but other than that, what's he doing this year?
Batting low 200s.
It's only the first year of a 3-year.
Yeah.
Right. He'll get better from here, like we were saying before.
Damn.
It can only go up. JT, the 35-year-old catcher, can only go up. But so Ray, what do? I honestly give him one more start. I'm all for what Sean said, which is, yo, did your back hurt? Oh, it does? Okay, let's put you on the IL. That might not be a bad thing, but I can't. I mean, I don't also want to ruin him. And maybe ultimately, like, he wouldn't have made it anyway or wouldn't make it to being a great pitcher if this is gonna be what he is. But he clearly has things he needs to be working on. And I don't know how much of this is mental. I don't know how much is mechanical. I don't know how much it's physical. All I know is I see a very ordinary pitcher. And you kind of want to have a chance every 5th day. And if that means you can bring up a starter that only goes 4 innings, but he keeps you in the game for 4 innings and gives up 2 or 3 runs, I'd rather have that and let him work on this down the minors.
Yeah, I'm with Sean's plan. It's time for your back to bother you a little bit. It's time for your shoulder to bother you a little bit. It's time for you to go take 10 days. Reset mentally, and then get down there and just start rehabbing and kind of go the Brandon Marsh method of last year, where it's like, oh, yeah, he's hurt. Yeah,
And
go
look
on
what
down
that did, look
to
what that
Lehigh
did for him.
Yeah, if it works out that well for him, that's great. I just need it to work out better than what it is right now. And I know it's not because we have a ton of great options on the other side for this, where it's like, oh yeah, they're going to bring up Alan Rahel and he's going to come up here and be an absolute star for you.
And that would be the name. I think he's 28, and he's had a couple of major league appearances. He's been like okay down at AAA, but he's the guy that can probably come up and give you 4 or 5 innings.
And that's about it. And also what I need to happen beyond this, and it can't really happen here on this homestand unless you start maneuvering and start working. I need them to break up the Painter and Nola starts. I can't have my bullpen back-to-back days dealing with Painter and Nola starts. Like, it's awesome when we're talking about Wheeler and Sanchez going back-to-back days. Like, that's a lot of fun. Like, you lose yesterday with Sanchez. Like, nah, don't worry. We got Wheeler tomorrow night. It's not fun when I'm sitting there and it's 6-0 and the Phillies haven't hit the Miz, and all I'm thinking about is, wow, Nola pitches tomorrow.
Well, you could move, if there's an off day, you can move Sanchez up and then put whoever your fifth starter is at 2. But, I mean, we'll talk to Todd Zucchi about that coming up at 11 o'clock. All I know is that bringing him out every fifth day is not working right now.
Yep.
And I don't think it's helping him.
And I think Ray's his point is spot on, too. You got to be really careful. If you're rolling both of those guys back-to-back, that's going to tax your bullpen early here. And it's not too early in the season. We're 100 games in.
Well, their offense is also taxing this bullpen because they can't win other than one-run games. That was their 15th one-run win, and it wasn't the offense's fault on Saturday. But it's not sustainable. They were going into the weekend at 14, which was tied for the most of the major leagues. 15 one-run wins so far this season. It's not a sustainable way to live. You know, the run differential for them now, they were minus 14 going into the weekend. At this point, quick math here, they're minus 23.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at it today, but just look at the results over the weekend. That's not a winning formula for you.
72 played. The other week, it was 100 games left in the season. That's what I mixed up there. So we're 38 and 33 at this point in time. 8 back of the Atlanta Braves and 8 total games short of them as far as in the win column there. So Braves are 46 and 25. And then you got the Marlins coming to town this evening. They're 36 and 36, 500.
All right, Davis on a text line, 610-632-0975. So that's a text message. Name, location, occupation, and then also the voice memos. 610-632-0975 on Painter, on the Phillies, on Trey Turner.
Voice memos were hitting this weekend, too. We were using voice memos on the Saturday show.
Were you?
How about that? I love the voice memos.
I do, too.
We don't get enough of them on this show, Monday through Friday. All you got to do is text. Pretty easy. I got involved with Ricky and Bill on Friday.
Are you doing the...
I was promoting Club Hertz. Yeah. Was it Say What Now?
Say what?
Say what?
Is it what was the name of their segment?
The last segment? Yeah, say what?
Say what?
Say what now?
Say what now? Hey, say what now, Chuck?
That's what it should
That's
be.
it.
Kenny. All right, so we have a Phillies voice memo on the Davis Honda text line. Go.
Rincones Jr. had a really good at bat against the Miz. I mean, I don't know. That's like your first MLB at bat. It's kind of crazy that I mean, and then they didn't play him again after that. Which, I mean, he was like the only guy that actually made somewhat contact besides Schwarber's one hit.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that was batting 240 in AAA and has some upside for sure, has some pop in his bat. I'm all for him being up there right now. But as far as looking at, like, what's going to solve the Phillies' problems this year, it's hard for me to believe that until I see it. The Phillies are 3-9 against the 3 NL division winners. When I'm telling you, with Phillies fans, if they were bitching coming into the season, it was because of this. When you face the better teams and you face the better pitchers, guess what happens, Sean?
You get exposed.
Yeah, and that's what happens with the Phillies the last couple of years. They can't hit good pitching. Now, understandable, that's how it generally is in baseball. The better pitchers are better against hitters, right? But they're batting 160 against those 12 games. And when you look at the pitchers that they faced, again, you're facing teams that you're going to see in the playoffs. You're facing teams that have the better starting pitchers. Now, sometimes in a series, if you face their 3rd, 4th, and 5th starter, it's a lot different than you're facing 1, 2, 3, right? But regardless of that, like right now, the Phillies continue to struggle against what's out there.
And it's a spot for my money. I just don't know, like, what can Dombrowski do? Could he go out there and be aggressive before the trade deadline? Because you look at the names that are out there as far as rumors are concerned. It's the same old song and dance with a lot of these guys. Does he put together a master plan that he's going to have a big-time move that's going to potentially replace a right fielder and get another bat? No, I think what we see is what we have. I don't see much of a change, and that stinks because then it's going to come back to the haves and the have-nots, and the teams that are at the top of the divisions. They're the ones that are going to be competing for the World Series, and the Phillies are going to be good enough to make the playoffs, but yet get eliminated early again.
Right now in their everyday lineup, 1 through 9, who's an above-average hitter? Who's an above-average player right now? I got 3 just off the top of my head. Harper, Schwarber, Marsh.
Yes.
Yep. What else? There's 6 other positions.
That's bad.
6 other bats.
That's bad.
All right, who's average of those right now? Is Trey Turner average? No.
No.
Is Bohm average?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just at the bottom of that.
Right. I'll be fair.
Given the way he's played.
He's looked good recently. I don't have many complaints with Bohm right now.
Turner's been so bad that Bohm had a historically horrible start to his season, and the two of them have the same average right now.
How about that?
Yeah. Not good.
Stott average? I don't know. I mean, a little below average?
I'm going below.
Okay. Crawford? Below.
227.
Whoever plays right field? Below. JT Realmuto offensively? Below. Right?
We're saying below people, too, just so you know.
Below.
No, we could say below, but that's not what we're saying. Right? That's a problem.
Yes.
This isn't just, you got a hole in your lineup. That's your lineup. You have 3 above-average players. Schwarber's an amazing talent. Harper is having an above-average season. Is he having an elite season, Mr. Elite? Every time he hits a home run, I get it.
Find out if he becomes elite or he continues to be good.
All right, like Sean always sends out an elite text whenever Harper hits a home run. I haven't gotten an elite text.
No, it's been a little while. We got one back in Toronto, the opposite.
Okay.
The Oppo Taco, as they said. But other than that, then there was a couple game stretch where we didn't get any before then either. So there's other problems to worry about before we get to Bryce Harper. Let's just say that.
You're right. Yeah, it's the whole lineup, the rest of the lineup.
Definitely 6 other ones.
So you're going to have to make a trade. It's a matter of, we'll talk about that coming up. It's a matter of, are you going for a Bader? Are you going for a guy a little bit better than that? Because I don't think they can make a blockbuster. I don't think they have what it takes.
What is Painter viewed now?
Now you're selling low.
Oh, yeah.
He's almost not tradable to me right now because he doesn't have the value.
I agree.
So why would you go up to him now? I mean, you've waited. You didn't trade him.
He was potentially viewed as like a potential.
He was the top pitching prospect in baseball. He's one of the top pitching. He's one of the top prospects in baseball before Tommy John. He was 20 years old and was going to start the season in the majors. Tommy John, he's never recovered. Last year in AAA, he was bad. He's worse this year. Go figure. He's in the majors now. So the same issues you saw last year, command, stuff, that's what you see this year. I don't know what fixes it. Again, it's after surgery. Some guys maybe just don't come back, or it takes them a couple years to come back. I don't know. Coming up, so Bob Nightingale gave us some names that the Phillies would be interested in acquiring. Who are they dealing for him, though? We'll talk about all this coming up next because the Phillies definitely need to make a trade at some point. This lineup is not good enough. Todd Zalecki on all of this coming up at 11 o'clock. It's Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Hey, but first, that's right. The summer of Sean rolls on. Come on out this Saturday, June 20th, Brooklyn Bowl in Fishtown for Modelo Match Nights, number 2, as you hear my voice cracking. Join me from 6 to 8 p.m. this Saturday night as we catch all the World Cup soccer action, enjoy the match night atmosphere, and raise a cold Modelo with fellow fans. Brooklyn Bowl will be serving up Modelo drafts throughout the event, exclusive Modelo and Fanatic giveaways all evening long. Plus, when you're there, you have a chance to win autographed U.S. men's national team jerseys, autograph poster, and John Paul's ball. I had a look at John Paul's ball yesterday. That's right, Modelo's, and pretty quality stuff there. So that's why a lot of people want that. So whether you're watching with friends or looking for one of the best places in Philly to watch the match, this is where you want to be. I'll see you on Saturday night, June 20th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Brooklyn Bowl in Fishtown for Modelo Match Nights. All the details at 975thefanatic.com. Modelo Match Nights presented by Modelo and the Fanatic.
Got something to say about Philly?
plan to keep Joel? And can you say with 100% certainty that Joel Embiid is back for 2026?
Yeah, Joel's ours right now. I've had great conversations with him. We FaceTimed. I'm actually going to see him in a couple days to kind of sit down in person with him. But, we just got to get Joel on the court. Obviously when he plays, we're really good. He's still a dominant force. I mean, he can get 25 in his sleep. And I know he's self-motivated. Obviously he doesn't like the questions about him not being available, but he wants to play. He wants to be on the court. And, that's on me. That's on our whole staff and Nick and the whole building to get him to his best self.
There is no reason to panic about the Jalen Carter contract situation. And lo and behold, John Kincade this morning did exactly what I thought he would.
Price is wrong.
Went on this morning, Bill's 100% wrong. We need to be concerned. If they don't get a contract in place in 6 weeks, literally, he said 6 weeks 4 times, in 6 weeks by training camp, Jalen Carter might hold in. He might show up and not participate. He might this, he might that, he might this. Guess what? I could die walking out of here.
I got a question.
That could happen too in the next 6 weeks. But I don't want people to panic, Ricky Bo. There is still 6 weeks to go. Yes, they are in negotiations with Jalen Carter. I was told by the Philadelphia Eagles they fully expect to get the contract done. And under the current NFLPA agreement, you can't hold out. We saw what happened to Hassan Reddick. You could go back to what happened with Le'Veon Bell. Jalen Carter's under contract for 2 more years. He's got this year. He's got next year under the 5th-year option. Yes, would you like them to get this deal done sooner rather than later? Of course you would. But on June 10th and now June 11th, to be trying to get all-out panic about this situation is absurd.
The Eagles have a culture. And it's really weird, though, what surprises me. And I go back to the first segment and you sort of saying to me, I don't care about all that stuff with Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo and everything. You don't value it. I do. I so value the mentality of having players that want to be football players over celebrities first. There is zero question in my mind, zero, that Jackson Dart loves being a celebrity and is enjoying being a celebrity. And to me, I think that's great for Eagles fans. I think it's awesome because he hasn't accomplished a damn thing, and he's loving being a celebrity. Scatterbo cannot help himself but to be out and about being a celebrity, being spotted. Where has he been? What's he doing? What's he been? I love it. Let them be living that life. Where can we be? Where can we walk a red carpet? Where can we be seen? I will take life with Jalen Hurts, boring-ass Jalen Hurts, and Saquon Barkley, who literally are as boring as white milk and saltine crackers. And I will
Dave's Marks, Sean Brace, Ray Dunn. Is it Dutz and Negative Nate? Negative Nate's in his glory.
Negative Nate.
He sent some text last night. It's like I don't remember what it was about. He goes, "This is why it's the best sport in the world."
I got to bring something to the table here as a family with Negative Nate. He's more active on the text chat than anything. Like 90 with Nate, it should be installed. Where is it, Ray? Where's Negative Nate with the 90 with Nate?
Negative Nate.
He's got his own theme song.
He does?
I need more. Yeah. I need a little bit more from Nate.
So Negative Nate or 90 on Nate?
Yes, because there's 90 minutes in a game.
So what is 90 on Nate for people like me that don't know?
It'll be 90 seconds.
Ray's been doing 90 seconds with Nate.
Correct.
And is it live or is it produced?
The first two were pre-recorded.
Okay.
Yesterday's was live.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like
Which is probably longer than 90.
I mean, if we went and timed it, yeah, it probably would have been.
Yeah, I like the pre-recorded.
Yeah.
All right.
He was producing the show yesterday.
And okay, good job. Yeah,
Oh,
you're
yes.
right. And come on, man, like give us a little something on the USA.
Well, you're doing some big soccer show that Nate's producing at some point.
Yeah, this Friday.
Is it Friday?
Yeah. Oh, 90 with Nate will be installed on Friday, but let's go.
Are you doing a post game?
Doing a post game live from Xfinity Live, and it's a pre-game
Okay.
for the 7 o'clock kick
At the
at
link.
Philadelphia Stadium, John.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock?
9 o'clock.
Philadelphia Stadium is what they've renamed the link.
Yeah, for 39 days, it is no longer known as the link. It is.
That was a part of the agreement to get it here, I guess.
There's been a lot of backroom, a lot of agreements with FIFA.
FIFA is known for.
Oh yeah, and I would imagine we're not going to learn all of them for a couple years, but yeah, there's going to be some devil in the details that we'll be needing to read a little bit.
FIFA officials telling LA that they're going to put their city on the map.
Yeah, they're charging. They're the ones that are charging, right? $150 to park. Like that's
So,
FIFA.
150 or 600. I saw. I guess if you have an RV, $600 to park.
That's
an
just
RV.
ridiculous.
What are we doing?
Yeah, the tickets are
$150.
Ivory Coast. Like I'm not spending $1,000 to go watch Ivory Coast play soccer. I'm not, but I want to go to a game, and I realize it's going to be expensive. Dude, they're completely pricing me out.
Yeah, I didn't know. I saw a bunch of the people took pictures for $150, and each one of them said, "Well, that's not me. It's just a picture that I saw." So I'm like, "All right, is this AI? Are people making up these pictures?" Because I feel $150. If you charge $50, that's a lot of money, but it's $50, and it's like, all right, it's kind of comparable with what you pay for
It's
parking.
30 average now. 30 is the
Right.
pay down there during games. Phillies, Sixers.
Which is like $30 is like nothing. $150?
It's outrageous.
Is that real? That's not just an
It's
AI
real.
picture.
Oh, I believe it's
yeah, I
real.
saw it.
Well, I didn't know if it was an AI picture that just you saw it with your own eyes.
With my own two eyes.
And again, this is a FIFA deal, right? Right? Like I want to say, feel fact. I'm pretty sure that is correct. They control everything. Like I'll give you, for instance, you know when they're showing the celebrities on the feed on television, like Bill Gates of all people gets shown on our, Bill Gates, the guy that just testified about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, literally just testified last week. And then what do we do on Friday? We put Bill Gates on the national feed. What are we doing? What are we doing? Sorry, it's a sports show. Back to sports, though. Fox doesn't control that. That's a FIFA feed that controls what celebrities are being shown. Now you have to ask yourself, what are they getting out of it? What do they know? Like these celebrities are being paid, obviously. Jay-Z was at the Link last night, Philadelphia Stadium, excuse me. What the hell was he doing there? Oh, he was on the national feed. He's on the Jumbotron. Right?
One of the players, I forget which team, is a Rock Nation client.
Okay.
So that could be part of it.
That's good.
Could be part of it.
But Bill Gates is a whole different story.
Yeah, I'm sure they're being paid.
Tom
to be
Cruise, all those celebrities.
I'd love to be paid to be there.
I don't know. It's just, FIFA's FIFA. We know how crooked they are. They've always been crooked. And I believe that they're the ones behind the pricing with everything, with tickets
I believe
and
that too.
parking. Yes. $150. Come on now. This is Philly, bro.
That's ridiculous.
This is Philly. It's not L.A. It's not New York. It's Philadelphia. It's one of the reasons why I've always enjoyed living in Philly. Because you get the major city. You get everything you want. You got all the sports teams,
It's
everything.
not priced like
and
that.
it's not priced like that.
Agreed.
But now you're killing people like that. I mean, it's just, I got no shot.
It's outrageous. It is. $1.50.
I appreciate you allowing me to get on my soapbox.
All right. So we have Zalecki coming up at 11 o'clock. We have a voice member on the Phils there. Let's hear it on the Davis Honda text line. We got.
Hey, good morning, you guys. He's here from Newtown Square. Had a quick question for you guys. Just want to hear you guys' response, what you guys thought about it. Just know you guys got more information. Just know more about it than I do. For the last couple of years, we've struggled on offense a lot. Can't hit the ball. Very inconsistent. Why is Kevin Long still employed here? Why does he still have a job? Is it just not, feasible to change hitting coaches in the middle of the season? I don't believe he should have even came back this season. I don't feel like he should have came back a few seasons ago when we went ice cold in the World Series. Can you guys explain to me why? And if the reasons why is because the players are comfortable with him, that's BS.
I mean, it seems like the star players really like him. Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Trey Turner. I don't know if that should matter anymore. But so, I mean, realistically, the organization is looking and saying, if we bring in a different hitting coach, it's going to make a difference. Do we think Kevin Long's the problem? Because if Kevin Long's, you don't think he's the problem, you can still move on from him because if you think that somebody else may get different results. I don't know. He's looked at as being one of the top hitting coaches in the league. That's not by me. That's by whoever, right? Like, I don't know. Sean, do I think he's a good hitting coach? I have no idea.
Yeah.
If he's a good hitting coach or not. Here's what I know. It seems like the Phillies and the players really like him.
Yeah, and these guys often get fired. Does that fix things? I don't know. Like, look, you go back to removing Rob Thompson, and everybody said you did that for a reason, and it paid off. Do you go back to that, and then you're going to be able to go ahead and play that card again, where you remove your hitting coach, get everybody's attention as they did with the firing of Thompson? I don't know. Like, I think that this team is good, and that's what happened. The starting pitching started showing back up, and that's what happened for Don Mattingly when he took over. I just don't know if you fire Kevin Long, all of a sudden that's going to help the hitting.
All right, so potential trade targets, and Nightingale had said Joe Adell, who will be a free agent next year. He hit 37 home runs last year in Anaheim. This year so far, he's batting .254, 10 home runs. The thing with Adell is he's got 9 walks and 69 strikeouts. So like a lot of Phillies players. Well, actually, no, they're a little bit more balanced. But like when you brought in Garcia, it's like, oh, so he's going to strike out, hit a home run, or not walk. And that's pretty much what you saw. He's up there. He's just swinging. Adell is a hacker. He did hit 37 home runs last year. He'd be a huge upgrade playing right field. Now, Suzuki from Chicago, who had a big year last year and was having a good year so far this year, he just hurt his knee. I think just over the weekend. I don't know if you saw this, Ray.
Yeah. Hurt Saturday, out Sunday, I think it was.
And they're talking about an IL stint, and it's the same knee that he hurt in the World Baseball Classic.
And he was the image of the article. So the article gets put out on Saturday morning, and he is the picture. And I'm like, all right, great. And then he gets hurt.
Last year, he hit 245, 32 home runs, 103 RBIs. Now, the thing with Suzuki, he's under contract next year, making $17 million. So Adell's a free agent. You're getting a rental.
Yep.
Suzuki's under contract next year for an affordable $17 million, especially if he's good.
I don't think Suzuki's name was mentioned last year. I know Adell for the last 2 seasons.
He's been, like with Taylor Ward, been mentioned a lot.
Yes.
It's that time of the year.
He's
Taylor
in Washington
Ward.
this year. It definitely feels like this is going to be it's going to be a rental type move. Because Suzuki, honestly, I don't know if they have the prospects to get him. And now the knee's the problem.
Would the Cubs give up someone while they have a winning record?
Right.
Like, you're also
It's
banking on
weird.
their downfall.
I mean, and also it's weird that why would they trade him if they have a winning record and they're in the playoffs unless they don't want him, right? Or like in the playoff hunt. Todd Zalecki answers everything coming up next. He questions the answers and answers the questions.
Man.
Zozone coming up next. We'll talk about it all. Middays with Marks 97.5.
Now on 97.5, The Fanatic Sports Update.
Dropping 2-3 in Milwaukee. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. It's brought to you by Bet Online. One tournament and the world stops here, and this one's on home soil, and it's yours. Your call, your action, live lines, and no limits. It's your year for the biggest soccer tournament. Bet Online has all the action you need. Bet on at Bet Online. Phillies were shut out on Sunday 4-0. Shut out in 2 of 3 games out in Milwaukee. Uncharacteristic start for Christopher Sanchez, going 5 2/3, allowing 4 earned, and just striking out 3 batters. After the game, a lot of conversation about that offense being shut out in 2 of 3 games. Don Mattingly talked about the bats.
I feel good about our club. We're gonna be able to score. We didn't swing the bat good at all today. I don't think we got a guy to second base today. So
Phillies try to bounce back as they come home to play the Marlins tonight. Zach Wheeler on the mound. We'll talk to Todd Zalecki coming up in the next segment. Last night, Hurricanes won 3-0 over the Vegas Golden Knights to win the Stanley Cup. On Saturday night, the Knicks beat the Spurs to win their first final in 53 years. We also had the first World Cup game in Philly last night. Ivory Coast beating Ecuador 1-0. This update is also brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone. It's time to say goodnight to that check engine light with the free AutoZone Fix Finder service. It'll help troubleshoot the likely cause of your light for free. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Do we believe what he's doing right now? What do you think?
That's a rough question, Ricky.
Well, it's a loaded one, of course.
It is. The jury for me is still so out. I mean, the past week offered some reason to think it's still in there. Did we think that before? I don't know anybody who did. On the other hand, even if you look at this past week, it's a 241 batting average with 0 walks over the last 8 games. But there's 3 homers and a double in there. And I think within that, there's some signs this might not be the disaster than people thought it was. And like the reason to think that is his swing now is just totally different than it was in spring training and even what it was a few weeks ago. He's moved back in the box. He's opened up more than we've ever seen him. He's not pointing that bat at the pitcher anymore, which made his setup so long, so slow. I just don't know what it means yet. I keep thinking back to that 2023 postseason. I'm sure you guys remember it well. That dude homered 5 games in a row in the LCS and World Series. But since the second half of that next season, 2024, I can only find 2 other weeks like this one where he even hit 3 bombs in a week. So, let's see what the next week looks like. I would just say I still think he's going to get a lot of runway. I mean, there's no one literally to replace him out there. There's no star right-handed hitting right fielder they can go trade for.
So let's do that. Now, Andrew Salciunas has the day off today. It is not because of a clip that went viral from our show last week about Jalen Hurts. He's got regular vacation, but he was getting ripped because he said his number one question for the Eagles this year is about Jalen Hurts' performance at the quarterback position with the change in offense, Sean Mannion now taking over. What is your evaluation of that? Is that your number one question?
My number one question for this team this year would be if the offensive line can stay healthy and hold up. And it's not a very sexy question, right? Like, if the offensive line isn't healthy, we can't get Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens and Lane Johnson back to health. I don't care what plays Sean Mannion's calling. They're not going to have much of a chance. The offensive line has to be better. It has to be healthier. They've been the foundation of that team for so long. They've been responsible for so much success. We're talking about elite, all-time Eagle talents. So I don't say this in a critical way, but I say it in a way in which the offensive line has had to play through some injuries, and it's aging. And are they going to hold up and hold together? If they do, it's going to be a great season. If they don't, it's not. To me, that's where it starts.
Middays, Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic. John Marks, Sean Brace, Ray Dunn. Phils lose 2 of 3 after winning 2 of 3 against the Blue Jays, right?
That's right.
So it's not a total disaster. It just feels like a total disaster. I don't know why.
Well, we went over the multiple reasons.
Oh, yes, there's good reasons.
I'm down on the Phillies.
Phil's 38 and 33. So, listen, they've made a run here. And the big questions are now what to do with Andrew Painter and what they're going to do with the outfield. To discuss, he joins us live from his baseball card room. His name is Todd Zalecki of the Phillies Show. And, of course, longtime writer for MLB.com, Phillies reporter for MLB.com. And Zone joins us right now. What's up, Zo?
How are you guys doing?
Well, Sean and Ray are both hungover from drinking all weekend, the World Cup. Are you hungover, too?
I'm cupped up, Todd. I'm cupped up.
I can't hang like I used to. I'd be in a 5-day recovery if I hit it hard one night. I'm old and lame.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I didn't use the tagline Sunday Fun Day at all yesterday because all I was thinking about was Monday and Tuesday. That's the 48-hour recovery period, but I tried my best.
That's awesome.
All right, so Andrew Painter, obviously, and if there was ever going to be a moment where he steps up and it's like, okay, that's the prospect I was looking to see against the Miz on Friday night. Meanwhile, they use an opener to try to get him going in the second inning. First of all, why the opener? Is that because of the first inning, the lefties they have in the first inning?
Yeah, that's why, and I think they're just trying to get him going in any way possible. So, theory, of course, yeah, you start Tanner Banks, you get through the first inning unscathed. Hopefully, that's the idea, right? And then Painter starts the game in the second, facing a softer part of the lineup, gets him off to a little bit of a better start, maybe builds some confidence, and you kind of go from there. And obviously, it didn't really work in any aspect. It doesn't mean it was a terrible idea, but it definitely didn't work. And I think, again, they're trying to find different ways to get him going so that 5 starts from now, 10 starts from now, they're facing a similar situation. They just start him like a normal starter.
Todd, I can't say that I saw him pitch a lot before Tommy John because, let's face it, he didn't pitch a lot. He was only 20 years old. Is this just a lack of, did he lose his stuff at post Tommy John? He hasn't gotten it back yet. What's the biggest problem with him?
Yeah, his fastball was more of a weapon, I feel like, earlier in his career, and it just hasn't come back. I mean, certainly, his ability to throw it for strikes has not been there. And if, you hear everybody from Aaron Nola, who throws in the low 90s, and you saw what Mizorowski did on Friday night, could locate everything, really, if not just blow it by you, of course. But you got to be able to locate your fastball. You got to be able to throw that pitch for strikes. And I think it was 2 starts ago that in the first inning, he threw like 12 four-seam fastballs, and like 8 of them were wildly out of the zone. And if that's the case, if you can, as a hitter, if you can just eliminate the fastball, it does such an advantage, gives you such an advantage. And so for a lot of reasons, it's a problem. And I don't know what the answer is, if they're going to stick with him or not. If they feel like confidence-wise, like he's not burying himself, like this is not going to crush his spirit and crush his confidence, then maybe they keep working with him. But if at some point, maybe if they feel like the confidence is beginning to crater, then maybe they look to send him down and try to get him fixed. But there aren't a lot of options in AAA, guys. That's the other problem.
Yeah, so do you think this is a start-by-start basis thing? Because, I mean, if he comes out and he's giving up 10 runs a start, they can't keep him in. They'll probably send him down. Sean had actually come up with a good idea. Maybe his back starts bothering him after his next start. Hey, I swear, your back's bothering you.
Whoops.
How about, maybe a 2 weeks or so on the IL would help him.
Yeah, that's happened before where guys come up with crazy injuries. I've heard stories over the years and over the decades of players coming down with something that allows them to kind of reset. I think anything would be on the table, quite frankly. He's too important. I know it's been super, super disappointing for starting with Painter, of course. The Phillies were expecting big things. Obviously, fans have been hearing all this hype for years. But he's 13 appearances into his big league career. I was looking at Cole Hamels' numbers through his first 12 or so, and Cole had an ERA in his rookie season of like 5.7, 5.6 at this point. So again, not saying they're going to have the same careers or anything. I'm just saying sometimes people develop at different paces, but very frustrating. It's a concern. They need to get it figured out, especially if they're going to try to make the postseason. You got to have that. You got to have a semi-competent fifth starter in the rotation.
Todd Zalecki joining us here, Middays with Marks. Phillies back in action today. Shane Victorino will be pouring drinks at the Ghost Energy Drink bar out there in left field at Citizens Bank Park today from 6 to 6:30. How about that plug right there? I don't know. Yeah, I just threw it in there.
We should have got him on to promote it.
There you go. We had a flying Hawaiian. Who doesn't love that?
Does he get to keep his tips? Does he keep his tips?
He might.
That's a good question. I know Ghost got that money, that's for sure. Todd, again, they went up against really good pitchers with the Brew Crew. So, I'm not trying to get too crazy. And as John pointed out, they took 2 or 3 against the Blue Jays. But over to Trey Turner. This is a bad season for Trey. What are you seeing? And the comments that he put out there, and I got to give Kyle Newby, our guy, some credit because he just posted this, quote, definitely frustrated. It feels like I'm just missing every pitch I could possibly miss. No matter what I try to approach-wise, physically, mentally, it just feels like I'm not getting the job done. It's just frustrating. What are you seeing as far as the big difference from Trey Turner this year to last year when he was a top 5 MVP candidate?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's it, quite honestly. He's just not barreling the balls that he barreled last season. And what I see and what I know of Trey is this: he's a very deep thinker in terms of his hitting. He's very analytical. He spends a lot of time watching video. He spends a lot of time in the cage. I've been at the ballpark after games where he'll come into the clubhouse in full uni, half an hour, 45 minutes after a game because he is so frustrated. He went into the cage and just hit. Earlier this season when Alec Boehm sat a couple games, Trey, I think that second day that Boehm sat, he was also struggling like he has been all season, but he made a point not to even pick up a bat that day because he just takes so many swings, hundreds of swings a day. And so I think that more than anything, I believe the physical talent is still there. I think he's a super talented player. He's a super talented hitter. But I think he's just beating himself up mentally, emotionally, and he's frustrated. And that's why, Don Mattingly said that they will think about maybe sitting him a couple games. I absolutely would do that. I would not have him in the lineup tonight. I would not have him in the lineup tomorrow night. It's not an insult. It's not a diss. Alec Boehm did it earlier this season. Coincidentally or not, I don't know. He's been hitting the ball pretty well since then. Years and years ago, probably 15 years ago or so, Charlie Manuel sat Jimmy Rollins for an entire 3-game series in Toronto. It helped. Maybe coincidentally, I don't know. But these things happen, and I think it's at the point now where he's struggling so much and his turnaround is so critical that they have to maybe sit him for a couple of days. Like, dude, don't pick up a bat, at least not Monday. Chill out, watch the game. You're not going to play today. You're not going to play tomorrow. Relax. You're going to be back in there on Wednesday or back in there on Thursday and give it a shot. That's what I would do.
Yeah, it's just crazy, Todd, because I mean, this exact conversation was happening. I remember back when he got the standing ovation, when we gave him the standing ovation. It was a road trip, and it was like, oh, maybe the road trip's going to help him. And the road trip didn't help him. And then he came home, and it said, do you sit him? Do you not sit him? Do you whatever? And he got the standing ovation, and it worked. So, Todd, I don't know if we have it in us to do another standing ovation. I mean, maybe. Why not? I guess we could do it. Oh,
sure. You never know what could get a guy going, right? I mean, I don't know if another standing O is in the cards for Phillies fans. I feel like that was a one-time thing.
Yeah, probably.
But it's at that point, though, John. I know what you're saying. It's at that point now where they've got to try something, because if they don't get him going, the offense is in such a bad spot, because Don Mattingly said it yesterday. Who do you hit second? If you drop Trey Turner in the lineup, who's hitting second? Alec Bohm, maybe? I don't know. He's really the only option if you're going to put a right-hander up there, and you have to have a right-handed bat up there. You can't just start the game with 3 straight lefties in Schwarber, Harper, and Marsh. So they're in a bad spot if he doesn't get going.
All right, Todd Zalecki, Bob Nightingale had put a couple names out there. One of them's already hurt since he put him out there. But Adele, Suzuki, we know there's going to be a lot of chatter leading up to the trade deadline. Can you make something happen before the trade deadline? But they definitely need an outfield bat. Do you think this is an impact bat that they're going after? Are we looking at another Bader type trade? What's the timing and what's the latest? What are you hearing about all that?
Boy, I feel like it's another Bader, another Austin Hayes type trade. If you look at the Phillies farm system, they're not terribly deep, especially now that Painter and Crawford have kind of graduated from prospect status. So they don't have a lot of like big names. If I had a big time bat, a right-handed bat, especially one under team control, that means I have to get somebody I'm like almost certain is going to be a stud for me if I trade this guy away. And who do the Phillies have right now in the system that you feel that way about? Gage Wood. That's the guy. That's the guy. I would demand it if I had, again, an everyday impact right-handed bat. That conversation starts with Gage Wood. No, we're not trading Gage Wood. Well, who are you going to get then? Dante Nori, Arun Escobar. They're both struggling in Double-A, and they're just in Double-A. So they're in a tough spot, and that's why I do think it's more of a Bader type of guy. It's more of an Austin Hayes type of guy. But I do think that they need to go out and do something. I think that's the plan. I mean, but then again, you look around, and we just talked about Painter. Do they need a starter? You look at what Keller and Alvarado have been doing in the bullpen. Do they need to fortify the bullpen? The truth is they probably need to do all 3 of those things, but they don't have necessarily the prospect capital to get it all done. So that's what's going to be interesting. So you're going to hear a lot. Every right-handed bat, outfield bat that's possibly available is going to be connected to the Phillies. So, Taylor Ward from the Orioles is going to be out there if he becomes available. Any right-handed bat is going to be available, but there also aren't a lot of options out there, unfortunately.
All right, there he is. Yeah. Todd, appreciate the Philly show with you. Ruben Amaro Jr., does Jim Salisbury spank his tomatoes on the Philly show, or does he just do that at home?
Not yet, but we'll try to get video at some point of him doing it.
Interesting.
Please do.
All right, Zoe. Appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Todd.
There he is, Todd Zalecki.
Yeah, well, putting the tomato conversation to the side. But Trey, that's the one. That's the issue right now. And I'm surprised that it's this bad, right? That we're now here in the middle of June, and we're talking about benching, sitting our guy for the next 3 games, 2 games. I don't think Todd's wrong. It's definitely something that I would entertain, and I think Don Mattingly will do it tonight. I don't think we're going to see him in the lineup.
I don't either.
When you come out and say that, like, yeah, man, he's just, of course he's frustrated, but, like, he can't do anything right mentally. Of course, making the error out there. It's bad. This is bad. This is really bad, as Stephen A. once said.
Yep.
This is bad. This is very bad.
Oh, what a weekend for Stephen A.
And back to what happened to him?
Because he was on television, like, ready to cry. This is the greatest thing I've ever done in sports. About the Knicks.
Oh, the Knicks. The Knicks one, that's right.
Not the UFC. I don't know if he thought he was talking about that.
I did.
No, he was not
this
there.
This is bad.
No.
This is very bad.
I caught him Friday morning, right? Or no, it was Saturday night. And he was on the floor, like, ready to cry. I don't know. Like, Stephen A. is just, I can't get sentimental for Stephen A.
Do you really?
I'm from the Bronx. I'm Queens. Like he's from all three boroughs up
right.
there. Yeah,
he goes from Queens to Queens. Get the crew from Brooklyn.
And it's like, all right, dude. Yeah, the Knicks one, not you, dude. The Knicks one.
Yeah, and that goes with the Knicks one. It's hard to be a Sixer fan for the Knicks because of guys like Stephen A. All of a sudden, diehard Knicks fan. Which, by the way, I'm sure he was a diehard Knicks fan. Then he becomes he's living in Philly, writing for the Inquirer, and like when you're up there in that car wash and that organ grinder and ESPN, you don't even know what you're saying.
None.
If you're Stephen A.
Correct.
So at one point, I'm sure he was a big Knicks fan.
Are you and your fan club going up to the parade on Thursday?
No, we're going to drive around the parking lot. Right? I don't have anybody to go with, though. Between the Sixers fans for the Knicks and the Objective Hertz Club, there's only like 5 or 6
You're putting it together. I can't wait to see that whack pack.
Colorillo didn't even follow me. Follow us
Bill.
back on Instagram.
What's going on, Bill?
The Objective Club Hertz, which is we have an update coming up.
Oh, we got a lot of updates.
All right, so just one more thing on because everybody's going to say, like, the fact that there's still I saw more Scooble conversation, and I'm not going to waste time with Todd. There's too many things to talk about with that.
Yeah.
But I saw that there's more, and when I say there's more, it's more like fans that are posting about it and people asking me about it or whatever. If you think they have the prospects to get Scooble from the Tigers, you're talking about it. You may not even have it. You may not have enough prospects unless you just gave them everything. And then I don't even know if they want that. Aiden Miller, who's your top prospect, isn't going to play until maybe August. He had back surgery. Hasn't played this year. Gage Wood is a really, really good prospect. I like him a lot. I don't want to trade him, and I don't think you can get him alone. If you're talking about a true impact bat, and Ray, I don't even know a name to put out there, but a true all-star level bat that's going to help you, Gage Wood's not getting it alone. And I don't know the value that Aiden Miller has right now. But if you look at their prospect list, Francisco Renneria is 17 years old. He was just their top international signing. He was considered the third best international signing. He's 17. So he's playing in the Dominican League this year. And he's faring pretty well. They've only played like 7-8 games or something like that. But he's also 17.
So high.
Yeah, man. I mean, they just paid him, I think, $4 million. Arun Escobar, number 4 on their list, has not had a good year, has went down. Dante Nori, after the World Baseball Classic, has not been good. Rincones is up with the big team. Cade Obermuller, a left-handed pitcher? What are we talking about? That's their 7th best prospect. Moises Chais, who has good stuff, but he's always injured. He really hasn't pitched that much. These other guys I don't even know. And I follow all the minor leagues. They don't have anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a top 5 deal. Like, you're not even going to be in the top 5 consideration for some of these big names that are available.
No, so now you're talking about getting the Bader, and you're going to have to empty out like a Nori or maybe an Escobar or some of these. Honestly, I don't even know if these guys are good enough to get a tree. Even if it's a rental like Joe Adell, there's going to be competition for him.
Yes, absolutely. And we saw that last year with the extra wild card spot. Other teams stayed in, including the Angels last year, and that's why they didn't move a lot of those pieces. I don't know. Dombrowski's got to get creative. He was able to do it last year, right? Like, would you say that Bader move was a creative move?
I don't think that was it ended up being a great move.
Right.
But, I mean, was Bader really valued that much? Was there a big market for Bader? I don't remember what they gave up for Bader. It could have been a ton. I remember they gave up a lot to get the closer who only was a rental and then he left, but then those guys really haven't developed. They're prospects for a reason. So, I mean, I don't.
Here's some Bader from the Twins in exchange. Hendry Mendez, Jeremy Valora.
Yeah, some lower level guys.
Yeah, pitcher and an outfielder.
Yeah, one of them was 16, right? 17.
You gave up Tait to get Duran. And Tait was a legit prospect. He's the top 100 prospect. You don't have those guys. You don't. I mean, the trades that they've made, Starlin Caba came in the Luzardo trade, and he would be on this list right now. So they've the few prospects that they do have, they've traded. And Dombrowski, if you're looking for things to criticize him on, this is a big part of it. His system sucks right now.
Yeah.
And he pays guys in the system are paid to draft. He's not doing the drafting. He's the GM, so it's going to fall on him. Man, these are not good. Guys have taken step backs this year. Escobar, big step back. Nori, big step back. No one else has taken the step up.
I feel like
Miller hasn't played.
I feel like a couple years ago we were taking shots at the scouting department. That falls on their shoulders too, right? Like it's all
It's their entire
hands on deck.
Their entire Dombrowski is not the one that's scouting these guys and deciding. He's a major league GM, but you have a farm director, you have a scouting director. They have money. The trade they just made, they got more international bonus pool money. That's how they were able to get. They were able to get one of their other guys, the Renneria.
It just stinks because you look at the Braves who are on top of the division, and I get it. They weren't there last year, the year before, but Spencer Strider goes down, and they call up this cat, Molina, from AAA, right-hander. He steps in, looks pretty good. It's like, but the Braves continue to do that. I feel like their farm system has to be viewed as one of the best in the big leagues. Has to.
Yep.
They produce.
Always.
Phillies, not so much.
All right, coming up, 610-632-0975, 610-632-0975. Mad Mike on the Phillies. I'll bet you he's being positive on the Phillies.
Yeah, right.
Also, coming up, Club Hertz has reopened.
no.
We have an update on Club Hertz. And is there an inside beef, ejective Club Hertz? Already turmoil inside. We'll find out. I guess Bill's not actually in a part of Objective Club Hertz.
You have to check your text messages. I saw he just sent it.
Did he?
Yeah, he might be joining.
That's coming up next. Middays and Marks, 97.5.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Dropping 2 and 3 in Milwaukee. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Phillies shut out on Sunday 4-0. 2 of the 3 games out in Milwaukee. The Phillies were shut out as they dropped 2 of 3 to the Brewers. Christopher Sanchez, uncharacteristic, 5 2/3, 4 earned runs, only 3 strikeouts in the loss on Sunday for the Phillies. Of course, the concern with the bats and concern right now with Trey Turner. Don Mattingly on a shortstop after the game.
I haven't really thought about moving him at all. Obviously, we just mixed and matched from 1 to 2 on the West Coast there, just to try to give him a little different feel, but I don't really know the answer to moving him down.
Oh, maybe it won't move down line, but maybe a couple of days off for Turner. That remains to be seen as the Phillies come home to play the Marlins tonight. Zach Wheeler on the mound for the Phillies. Last night, the Hurricanes won 3-0 over Vegas to win the Stanley Cup. On Saturday, the Knicks beat the Spurs to win their first finals in 53 years. And we had the first World Cup game in Philly last night with Ivory Coast beating Ecuador 1-0. This update's brought to you by Pico. When it's hot out, it takes more energy to stay cool inside. Pico offers tools to help you manage your energy all season long. Get started at pico.com/summer. That's pico.com/summer. I'm Reed Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Is the plan to keep Joel, and can you say with 100% certainty that Joel Embiid is back for 2026?
Yeah, Joel's ours right now. I've had great conversations with him. We FaceTimed. I'm actually going to see him in a couple days to kind of sit down in person with him. But, we just got to get Joel on the court. Obviously when he plays, we're really good. He's still a dominant force. I mean, he can get 25 in his sleep. And I know he's self-motivated. Obviously he doesn't like the questions about him not being available, but he wants to play. He wants to be on the court. And, that's on me. That's on our whole staff and Nick and the whole building to get him to his best self.
There is no reason to panic about the Jalen Carter contract situation. And lo and behold, John Kincade this morning did exactly what I thought he would.
Price is wrong.
Went on this morning. Bill's 100% wrong. We need to be concerned. If they don't get a contract in place in 6 weeks, literally, he said 6 weeks 4 times, in 6 weeks by training camp, Jalen Carter might hold in. He might show up and not participate. He might this, he might that, he might this. Guess what? I could die walking out of here.
I got a question.
That could happen too in the next 6 weeks. But I don't want people to panic, Ricky Bo. There is still 6 weeks to go. Yes, they are in negotiations with Jalen Carter. I was told by the Philadelphia Eagles they fully expect to get the contract done. And under the current NFLPA agreement, you can't hold out. We saw what happened to Hassan Reddick. You could go back to what happened with Le'Veon Bell. Jalen Carter's under contract for 2 more years. He's got this year. He's got next year under the 5th-year option. Yes, would you like them to get this deal done sooner rather than later? Of course you would. But on June 10th and now June 11th, to be trying to get all-out panic about this situation is absurd.
The Eagles have a culture, and it's really weird, though, what surprises me. And I go back to the first segment and you sort of saying to me, I don't care about all that stuff with Jackson Dart and Cam Scadaboo and everything. You don't value it, I do. I so value the mentality of having players that want to be football players over celebrities first. There is zero question in my mind, zero, that Jackson Dart loves being a celebrity and is enjoying being a celebrity. And to me, I think that's great for Eagles fans. I think it's awesome because he hasn't accomplished a damn thing, and he's loving being a celebrity. Scadaboo cannot help himself but to be out and about being a celebrity, being spotted. Where has he been? What's he doing? What's he been? I love it. Let them be living that life. Where can we be? Where can we walk a red carpet? Where can we be seen? I will take life with Jalen Hurts, boring-ass Jalen Hurts, and Saquon Barkley, who literally are as boring as white milk and saltine crackers. And I will I'll take it all day long because I think you win with players like that.
Middays, Marks. Michelle Brace, already done. Sean, the 11 o'clock hour.
Oh, as always, brought to you by the fine folks over at DraftKings Sportsbook. Make sure you stay tuned because you'll hear more about DraftKings and all it has to offer throughout the show. DraftKings, the crown is yours. I made my first college football wager this weekend, John. First college football wager. It was a national championship play. I am riding with one team for this upcoming season.
The Temple Owls.
Sorry,
Hell
Ray.
yeah.
I did see a really cool Temple.
How about that?
Temple Owl hat? Saw it.
Did you?
Yeah, it was a Grateful Dead day. The Oregon Ducks, John Marks.
Okay.
Quack, quack, 8-1, plus 800, doing some early reading. Of course, you got to like what they have on the offense. Quarterback coming back more. Defensive line, one of the best in the game right now as far as a unit is concerned. But I'm betting on the coach, Dan Lanning. I love him. I love
he's
Lanning.
good.
So I just feel like he's going to break through eventually. He's going to win a national championship eventually. So I took the Ducks. Quack, quack.
Look at you.
Let's go.
I cashed the plus 152 on the Hurricanes.
Nice.
So I bought them when they were down, and they won that next game, and then they were like minus 350 right away. So
Good work by you.
I cashed them. They got a win last night. We'll talk about that coming up because the Flyers and the Sixers both lost to the eventual champions. Does that take the stink? Do we rehire Daryl Morey because of it?
Yeah.
Right? What do you think?
team.
What's he doing?
We'll talk about it. What's he doing? Is he doing chess?
I mean,
Yeah, he
again,
is.
like we have four-time NBA champion here.
I'll tell you what. I know what Brendy's doing. He ain't missing chest day, that's for sure.
Working out.
What a monster.
Yeah, he ripped his shirt off. But I remember he used to have the best physique back when he played.
Dude.
And yeah, I guess he didn't stop working out.
He's probably in the best shape out of any of his players.
Right.
I'll break it down.
Oh no, he's better. He's in better shape than anybody.
What a monster.
Anybody on the team.
Yeah.
But Mad Mike, we've been trying to connect with Mad Mike for a number of weeks now. But
We have?
Well, he's been on the line, but
Oh.
unfortunately, because of breaks and things like that, he hasn't been holding. But Mad Mike joins us right now. A lot to talk about, including songs. We're doing a Club Hurts update.
Yes.
Mad Mike, do you want to be a part of Club Hurts?
Is it we make fun of Jalen and that's the club? Because I'll be a part of that club.
No, but I have objective Club Hurts, which is,
You pissed me off.
it's objective Jalen Hurts coverage, not what these guys.
Was it objective when he threw for 2,900 yards this Super Bowl season, but everybody said he was a superstar?
Is that
That's objective.
You know, that ring is pretty shiny though, right? That ring's nice.
Yeah, but he didn't earn it. He just coattail rode just like the head coach didn't earn it.
Happy birthday to Nick
So I'm not
Sirianni,
doing
by the way.
Yeah, come on, man. You can't rip him on his birthday.
Yes, I can. I can especially rip him on his birthday. That Mr. Magoo, like, oh, look at my ring. Like,
All right, so who gets the who deserves the champion? Because you don't like Howie either. Who deserves the championship the most then? The Super Bowl.
The offensive line.
Okay, that's a fair answer.
Yeah, it's actually a good answer. I'll give it to you. I'm all right with that.
Stoutland University, which is now Stoutland nothing.
Now they got rid of Stoutland University. It's closed, and they brought in a guy who stinks at coaching offensive line. Good job, guys.
All right, now Mike. Now you didn't call about that though. You called about the Phillies.
Yeah, they stink too. Another fraud team piling up wins against bad teams. But when there's a good team, oh, their pitching suddenly isn't good. Oh, sorry, this team's not going to do anything either. A bunch of nerd baseball fans. Phillies are going to make the playoffs.
It's their offense that isn't good against the good pitching teams, Mike. It's not about their starting pitch.
They're going to get waxed, and they're going to make the playoffs, and then they're going to get waxed, and we're going to do it's another season of the same.
You don't even like baseball, right? You say it's for nerds and it's boring.
Baseball is the equivalent of watching paint dry as a sport. Everybody goes to baseball games to do everything.
So
but
you don't watch
the game.
it. So anything you say about it, it becomes moot because you don't know anything about it.
It's not that it's not true. I still know what I'm talking about. It's just a boring sport.
All right, there he is.
Is he cupped up? Are you cupped up, Mad Mike?
What do you mean cuffed up?
I mean, you cupped up. Are you
World
cupped
Cup.
up? World Cup, man.
Don't get me started on another sport that's so pedestrianly boring, and this country only pretends to like it every 4 years so they can go out and party. That's another. Take that sport that makes no sense in your stupid stoppage time and everything else, and take it back to Europe. I never want to hear about it again.
All right, what'd you do this weekend, Mike?
So we're getting ready to go to Hawaii, so there's a lot of Hawaii prep.
Get out. You going to Oahu?
Well, we're going to the Disney resort in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting. All right.
Such a happy guy.
How many days are you going total trip?
I think we're gone for like 9 days.
Yeah, you need the extra couple days. All right, when do you leave?
This Thursday.
Ooh.
So I'll still be calling from Hawaii. We're going to Disneyland first, and then we're stopping off in Hawaii.
All right. All right, buddy.
All right.
All right, Mad Mike.
All right. I'll call you. Have a good one, guys.
Sunshine and rainbows out there, just like Mad Mike.
Mad Mike. But he does not want to be in Club Hertz,
That's understood.
which you're fine with.
Yeah, I don't think we have room for that. No. Again, this is an unbelievable. Do you want to do the
let's do
update?
it. Give me the update.
Raymond, it's time. Club Hertz, the hottest club in the Delaware Valley. Check that, coast to coast. We're taking it global. Jalen Hurts. If you support one, it's now time to join. Emails are rolling in. Instagram is back at Club Hertz. Give us a follow there.
So what happened with Instagram?
Applications currently being reviewed around the clock by our guy BP. What happened to our Instagram page? Apparently, BP, who is the vice president of said club, Club Hertz, I guess went to a different state. Instagram took that as somebody trying to do something
Because
finicky.
nobody would ever travel to a different state.
Whatever.
With an Instagram, immediately they shut you down.
So they locked us out, said something is going. You know what really happened is that we caught their attention with how many numbers and how many people are joining this club. It's
Very quickly.
exploding. That's what happened. Something Fugazi's got to be happening behind the scenes. Instagram said, no, it's a movement. The revenge tour is coming. Merch. Membership cards will be shipped out soon. All you got to do, though, is email us at clubhertz1. It's the number 1, clubhertz1 at gmail.com. We'll hit you with a reply, a little bounce back, and how you can become an official member. As I said, we got membership cards going out there. We're currently planning an end of summer, maybe Club Hertz Bash, where, picture this, John. Picture this. And no objective Jalen Hurts conversation will be taking place that day, because wherever we're having this bash, everybody will be wearing a Jalen Hurts jersey or jersey.
No.
So think about if we have 100-plus people, and I'll tell you what, that's a low number right now. Because we got a lot of people that are joining this club. A lot of local people, a lot of diehard Jalen Hurts people.
We have a good club.
Just imagine that we're at, like, whatever. Name a bar. Parks. We're at Parks. We're up there at the casino, the sports book. And everybody, 100-plus people standing around in Jalen Hurts jerseys, all celebrating.
So you're
being there
saying
for our guy.
you're saying a Club Hertz mixer?
Yes.
Keep the main thing the main thing.
It's not even in the planning phase yet. It's just going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It'll be easy to happen to.
But if I can get serious stuff for a second,
Sure.
this needs to happen from across the board. And I get it. I'm a little over the top with my love affair for Jalen Hurts, and people tell me that, and that's fine. That's me. But I don't want to start the season, and the first time that things go wrong, all of a sudden, now it's doomsday. Now Jalen Hurts is not the guy. Now we got to find a new court. Like, it can't happen. We need to at least, you guys are looking at me like I'm crazy because I know it's going to happen. I understand. But for crying out loud, can we not look back at the success that this guy had and allow that to come into the conversation this year? Or is it just going to be strictly week 1, week 2? None of what took place in the back. I just have a problem.
What is it, a week-to-week thing with Hurts?
With a guy winning a Super Bowl, and all of a sudden he's chopped liver.
Yes. No, yes. It's going to be week-to-week. If he has two subpar games, it's going to be trade him, bench him, get rid of him. You laugh. It's true.
It is the reality.
Right, Ray?
But that's why we need the support. That's why this club, honestly, timing is everything in life. It's the right time for this club. We need to stand up for our guy. Now, you guys don't have to join the club. That's fine. Right, you're in the club, right?
Yeah, I'm in the
club. All right, Club Hertz on Instagram, follow. We got to back up. BP's doing his thing. I'm still trying to hear from Israel.
Yeah, he sent the voice memo in.
He did.
Oh, no. That was Xavier.
Okay. We're still trying to hear from Israel because we want to give
Israel
him.
in Elkins Park gave a live. He called in going crazy. Over
he got the ball in motion here. BP's really taking the reins on a lot of things as far as, the paperwork and making things happen behind the scenes, and I'm just the voice. You know me. I'm the vibes guy, Chief Eisman of all things Club Hertz.
Can we get back to the hacking?
Clubhertz1 at gmail.com. Sure.
Come on. What happened here?
Drake May booted.
But just because Petrilli blamed it on going to Maryland, it's like, hang on a second. What did you do?
Right. Like, this is the
come on, Petrilli.
Laughable thing here. Like, this is a terrible, terrible cover-up to what actually happened.
Did Diana Rossini were they together and Diana Rossini?
He did add a couple extra numbers and letters to the new password. I will tell you that.
Yeah, but hang on a second. How's the password? Like who's on the hunt for Club Hurts and then just?
It's that big of a club.
Yeah, but how did it happen? Did someone just? You don't even understand how people hack the passwords? Did it become compromised in a data breach?
You never know where BP ends up in the middle of the night, right? Like he's a rock star. I was with him all weekend. We hung out Saturday and yesterday.
Yeah, you guys are best buds quickly. Club Hurts is putting it together.
Dude, putting it together.
All right, so what's the email address?
clubhurts1@gmail.com, and that's the number 1. clubhurts1@gmail.com, and we'll hit you with back. All we're looking is for a 15-second video or a post, blah, blah, blah. We'll go from there.
And on Instagram, at Club Hurts.
That is correct.
That's easy to hack, given that you guys have given out the email so many times, and I can't imagine that your guys' password was something.
Ray, you might have been on to something there, but we've made the necessary improvements.
Oh, yeah, no, it's Jeff Kent when he was riding the motorcycle and he slipped in the shower. There's obviously something else happened.
Also,
we don't know what it is.
It's Russia. It's always Russia.
It might be Russia.
Not to air out someone else's business, but to air out someone else's business. BP using Club Hurts as a pickup line out and about on Friday night.
Dude. Was he?
Yes, and she's a cutie.
What did he say?
They were talking about Eagles football, and he asked her if she likes Jalen Hurts, and she said absolutely. So he's like, you should join the club, and she did.
So she started following Club Hurts on Instagram.
Very good looking.
It's an icebreaker, Ray.
There it is.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, hey, man, one's the guy.
We got celebs, we got hot chicks, and we're supporting our guy. This is the club for everybody.
All right.
Club Hurts one.
Bouncer.
There you go. Speaking of Hurts, and I wasn't going to bring it up today, but Joe Santaloquito wrote something yesterday about the headlines, Philadelphia better watch itself or it will lose another superstar.
See?
And at the end, well, I mean, his basis is they traded Will Chamberlain after they won a title because he was too polarizing, and they traded Charles Barkley. They pushed Charles Barkley out the door, which is crap. They just didn't – it was Charles didn't want to be here anymore because they didn't build him a championship contender.
Correct.
It was a bad organization. So no one – the fans didn't push – he says team management, but like fans didn't want Charles Barkley to leave. It was like he didn't want to be here anymore because the team wasn't good enough.
But he's right about possibly saying the wrong things and pushing Jalen out.
So one of the things that he writes in here is that, and I'm paraphrasing. He says that like, did they really offer him enough support? And it's something that we talked about. You think about it. A.J. Brown, fairly clear that A.J. Brown's unhappy with Jalen Hurts and doesn't like him as his quarterback. And how did the team respond to that? Didn't rip him, didn't put out BS, didn't even use a reporter to say A.J. was a problem. Didn't like the answer that Howie gave at the press conference certainly wasn't supported enough from my standpoint. I would have went much further than that. The owner was hugging him on the sideline after he was putting stuff on social media.
They said I was a diva.
I mean, it would piss me off. He's paying attention to that stuff.
Yep. But he's handling it all the right way. Jalen is just, business as usual. I'm here with Sean.
Keep the main thing the main thing.
That's it. Trying to work with these new guys that are inside the wide receiver room.
Yep. He says, for some reason, it seems like Hurts is nowhere near as appreciated as he should be in Philadelphia. Anywhere else, considering his achievements, Super Bowl MVP, his winning resume, the simple fact that he just wins would be celebrated in almost every other NFL city, but not here. Hurts will soon be up for another contract extension. The Eagles have not budged yet on that. They better watch out. There are some around Hurts who feel he may have been traded after last season, and some around him and in some NFL circles that he may be gone after this coming season if he does not perform.
Well, Joe, I got the club for you because his vision, what he's saying right there, Club Hurts. That's right. Time to stand by our man. And it's only going to help. You think about it. Roaring round of applause for Trey Turner. Turned his season around. We got to stand up for Jalen Hurts. He needs to hear it. He's got to be there.
I don't know what affects him because when people kill him the most is when he's the best.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Wow, this is a good Galaxy Brain take. Club Hurts being so positive on Hurts may actually hamper Jalen Hurts because he only succeeds.
I'm not allowing you to put that out there in the atmosphere, right?
That's a little
objective. Club Hurts might be better for Hurts than actually Club Hurts.
No.
More Santaloquito. Some close to Hurts feel that the Eagles did not support him enough when some constructively insightful stories came out this postseason about some of his deficiencies on the field. Like Eagles teammates did at the urging of the Eagles over the constructive criticism Carson Wentz received in January of 2029. No one spoke up publicly on Hurts' behalf the way they did with Wentz. And it's so true. Oh, man, they defended Wentz. What's the defense of Hurts been? Seriously. Who's defended him? Teammates?
Jordan.
There's definitely been some teammates.
Yeah, few though. Very few. Wentz got more support from teammates with his crew, if maybe, field fact. Because he wasn't liked by a lot of people.
No, that he divided for sure. Some close to Hurts bristled over was the conjecture over Hurts' inability to be coached. Something else that he says. So, I actually read the comments, and all of them were, "Oh, Santa Luquido's full of crap. Oh, this is sports radio. Oh, the media hates Jalen Hurts." And it's like, oh, the same Joe Santa Luquido that was right about everything he said about Carson Wentz, and he got death threats, and people came to where he lived and started pounding on the door. That same Joe Santa Luquido. Trust me, he knows what's going on in the locker room.
When he pulls it out, he pulls out the gun, he's got the ammo, he's got the bullets. That's not what I meant. And when he pulls out the gun and he's got some ammo, you know something is coming, all right? So when he had the A.J. Brown wanted to get traded.
Before anybody said that,
Correct.
and it was true.
Correct.
Trust me, and you can tell in this, he's got sources, but he's giving an informed opinion more than a source because he doesn't want the sources to be like, dude, what are you doing? Because when he had real sources during that Wentz stuff, and I know a lot more of the inside than most people do, and perhaps some people on the inside were like, dude, you're going to get me in trouble. Right? He's got sources.
I believe it.
So the Hurts thing is 100% definitely something we should monitor. Now, if he comes out and he plays a good year, they're going to give him a contract extension, and we won't be talking about it until we are talking about it.
Hopefully that's the case. Only time will tell.
No, but I agree with you. I think everything's going to be fine. No one will complain about him.
No, you can complain, but I think right now, during the summer months, Mount Rushmore season, this is when we got to stand up. We got to be a little bit more vocal, a little bit pushing back on the naysayers because he's earned it. Right? Like now more than ever, this is the time. Maybe not when the season starts, you're right. I got to be realistic. Okay, it's about week to week to play on the field. But right here, right now, when all the ranking and the Chris Sims digs himself up from the grave.
Oh, he's only going to get ripped more this offseason.
But that's fine, but that's when Club Hurts comes in. That's when we need to be vocal. That's when we need to galvanize. We need to be putting out there strength in numbers. ClubHurts1@gmail.com.
All right, and Objective Club Hurts, it is up there right now. Still only 5 followers. So follow Objective Club Hurts. So I guess Chuck in New York came up with the Objective Club Hurts graphic on it spelled Bill's name wrong because Bill reported that his name spelled wrong, and he ripped me for it. He said it's a poorly run organization, half-ass operation. That's what he called it. All right, we got to fix some things. I didn't really look all that closely, Bill. But
Yeah,
Objective Club Hurts, follow us.
The AI gets a lot of things wrong like that.
It does. All right, so the Hurricanes win last night. They finish off Vegas 4-2. They win the Stanley Cup. Rod Brindamore, Ray, did you see it? Did you see Rod the Bod afterwards?
Good God.
Yeah.
Dude, shredded.
He's always been shredded. He ripped off his shirt, and they ripped it off, and he started flexing and all the others. So, yeah, Rod Brindamore wins the Stanley Cup. I love Rod. I always loved him as a Flyers player. But wins now a cup as a coach and a player of the team. So, and we know the Knicks, Sean, condolences, thoughts and prayers. Knicks won over the weekend.
Another tight one, too. How about the Spurs were 5.5-point favorites? And I was like, yeah, right. No, I'm not taking the Spurs. But did think it would be a close game, and unfortunately, Knicks came on top. And
it's like every game, the Knicks second half said, all right, enough of these fools.
yeah, the inexperience showed a lot for the Spurs down the stretch, especially in the second half, and late game execution. It goes hand in hand. Like they didn't make their shots at the end. The Knicks did.
Yep. Brunson at 45. He was the MVP. Some saying Jordan-like series.
Dude.
I mean, the dude's just a stud.
It's incredible. What a get. And if you're the Dallas Mavericks, like, what do you, like, if you got to revisit that over.
Well, they wanted him back.
Yeah, but they should have ponied up and spend more money or whatever it may be. I get it. Even Jalen Brunson said post-game that he could not even imagine that he's here. Like, this is real. Or never thought it would be the case.
Can you imagine? He goes to a franchise that hasn't won since 1973.
Yep.
He doesn't even sign a max contract. And he's one of the best players in the game. He brought a title to the New York Knicks. Jake Brown, who we had on Friday, I saw him put out there.
Was he crying again?
He was.
Was he crying?
Oh, he was crying.
Oh, come on. You can't cry multiple times throughout the course of a run.
But think about this.
You can only cry one time during a run.
Jake's in his 30s. It's the first championship he's seen of his New York teams because he's a Jets fan. He's a Mets fan. They've won since
not a
'86.
Giants guy. Okay.
And the Knicks. And I guess he doesn't like hockey, or I don't think he likes hockey. If he does, maybe it's the Islanders. So he hadn't seen a championship in his life.
Yeah, I just, look, if you're going to cry, I'll give you one time. You can cry about getting to the
You gotta wait, yeah,
the
you gotta
finals, or you can cry winning it all, but you can only cry one time on camera.
It might have been crocodile tears.
Yeah, like for content purposes. Come on, man. Nothing's real anymore.
All right, so here's the question.
Yep.
Do you feel better about the Flyers or the Sixers because they eventually lost to the champs?
Well, it's great. It's a great question. It really is. And I will tell you that it comes back to the fact that I just saw this caller number 1.
That's right.
What the hell is going on with that? Jeez. All right. Anyways, with that being said, sorry, threw me off there. It makes me feel better because the brass saw what it takes firsthand, and you were clearly you didn't even belong on the ice or the hardwood with either one of those teams, right? Like the Knicks, far and away better than the Sixers. And the Hurricanes, of course, far and away better than Flyers.
But then they dismantled everybody they played.
Very true.
Vegas was good, but Carolina lost the first game and was just like, whatever, we're still going to beat them. And it felt like that watching the games.
Correct, yeah.
And the Knicks, man, it's one of the best runs over the course of I don't know how many years here.
Unbelievable. You're right about that.
Yep. All right, let's go to. Well, hold on.
I'll set the table because I know you're going to laugh about this.
Yeah.
You want to squeeze it in?
Yeah, because Carrie also has a really good point that I want to see too. But Keith claims that you were hammered on Friday night.
So Keith is a listener.
Keith and Sharon Hill, I know him.
Okay, so Keith comes up to me and goes, "Brace, what up?" And I go, "Keith," I go, "Hey man, how you doing?" I have no idea who he is. "What's my name?" He goes. I go, man, I forget. Keith. So then he tells me, like, these stories.
He's a Knick fan, isn't he?
Well, apparently he was with us with Angry Al. He's telling me all these stories. I had no recollection of Keith. I apologize, Keith. I just can't remember. Maybe it's my old age.
So are you talking about from before?
Yes.
At the Fanatic.
He's telling me stories of, like, when he was here.
I don't remember him as one of our listeners before.
Wow.
I don't.
Okay.
And I would.
Yes,
and I'm not
John
saying
remembers.
he wasn't. I'm not saying you wouldn't.
So that's why he's saying I was hammered, because I don't remember him.
Well, weren't you hammered?
No, I was not hammered on Friday night. Yesterday I was feeling good. At Union Yards I had 2 beers. 2 beers. Utah,
well,
2.
but you told me that.
Yes.
Long before
I behaved Friday night.
Friday night you were good because you didn't the other two.
I had to work Saturday morning, so I behaved Friday. I went home right after the game, slept, came in here,
All right,
worked.
Well, Keith and Sharon Hill. Keith, is that true?
I'm gonna take the fifth on that one. I'll let him live right now.
What? Keith?
But no, you remember what I told you how I met Mark? And Mark, you know who I am.
I do.
We met before.
Well, I'm not saying that we didn't. I believe
this
that.
is years ago, dude. This is 2015.
Yeah, Keith, when you spoke to me, it kind of like the light bulb went off. Like, yeah, I remember you.
Yeah.
But you were talking about a situation,
listen.
and I'm like, no, bro, I have no idea.
All right, listen.
Yes.
Mark, you ready?
Yep.
Super Bowl block party pick, and we had to pick our blocks at Nick's Roast Beef, Cotman Avenue.
I remember that.
I had on what kind of gear did I have on?
FUBU. I don't know.
No, Nick's gear. And you
stuff.
called me out for it.
Did I really? Well, I should have called you out for
you
it.
did.
And are you positive
Yes,
I
you
was
did.
there? Are you positive I was there?
You were there.
I was there?
You were there, yes.
Jeez, I don't
We might have had Lou Riddick on the air that day.
2015. Don't forget that Super Bowl. That was the Malcolm Butler interception, and I won the block pool off of that interception.
Did we watch the game at Nick's Roast Beef?
Keith, I'm sorry. If you want to call back in, I forgot that we had. It's a longer
Yeah.
break right here. All right, coming up, Carrie, if you can hold on, we'll get you next segment. News at noon, featuring the World Cup, an important anniversary, and the Great Vegas Experiment. Interesting. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Phillies come home tonight. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. They're coming home after a tough one out in Milwaukee. Shutout Friday, shutout Sunday, 4-0 on Sunday. Christopher Sanchez, uncharacteristic, 5 2/3, 4 earned runs, just 3 strikeouts for him. The bats again going silent. Tom Mattingly followed the game.
I feel good about our club. We're gonna be able to score. We didn't swing the bat good at all today. I don't think we got a guy to second base today, so.
Got to be better when they get home tonight against the Marlins. Zach Wheeler on the mound for the Phils. Last night, Hurricanes won 3-0 over Vegas to win the Stanley Cup. On Saturday, the Knicks beat the Spurs 94-90 to win their first finals in 53 years. And the first World Cup game in Philly was last night with Ivory Coast defeating Ecuador 1-0. This update brought to you by Bank of America. Bank of America, sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026, dedicated to offering solutions to help businesses meet their goals. bankofamerica.com/game changers. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Do we believe what he's doing right now? What do you think?
That's a rough question, Ricky.
Well, it's a loaded one, of course.
It is. The jury for me is still so out. I mean, the past week offered some reason to think it's still in there. Did we think that before? I don't know anybody who did. On the other hand, even if you look at this past week, it's a 241 batting average with 0 walks over the last 8 games. But there's 3 homers and a double in there. And I think within that, there's some signs this might not be the disaster than people thought it was. And like the reason to think that is his swing now is just totally different than it was in spring training and even what it was a few weeks ago. He's moved back in the box. He's opened up more than we've ever seen him. He's not pointing that bat at the pitcher anymore, which made his setup so long, so slow. I just don't know what it means yet. I keep thinking back to that 2023 postseason. I'm sure you guys remember it well. That dude homered 5 games in a row in the LCS and World Series. But since the second half of that next season, 2024, I can only find 2 other weeks like this one where he even hit 3 bombs in a week. So, let's see what the next week looks like. I would just say I still think he's going to get a lot of runway. I mean, there's no one literally to replace him out there. There's no star right-handed hitting right fielder they can go trade for.
So let's do that. Now, Andrew Salciunas has the day off today. It is not because of a clip that went viral from our show last week about Jalen Hurts. He's got regular vacation, but he was getting ripped because he said his number one question for the Eagles this year is about Jalen Hurts' performance at the quarterback position with the change in offense, Sean Mannion now taking over. What is your evaluation of that? Is that your number one question?
My number one question for this team this year would be if the offensive line can stay healthy and hold up. And it's not a very sexy question, right? Like, if the offensive line isn't healthy, we can't get Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens and Lane Johnson back to health. I don't care what plays Sean Mannion's calling. They're not going to have much of a chance. The offensive line has to be better. It has to be healthier. They've been the foundation of that team for so long. They've been responsible for so much success. We're talking about elite, all-time Eagle talents. So I don't say this in a critical way, but I say it in a way in which the offensive line has had to play through some injuries, and it's aging. And are they going to hold up and hold together? If they do, it's going to be a great season. If they don't, it's not. To me, that's where it starts.
Scott Mark, Sean Brace, Ray Dunn. 1 o'clock hour, we have a 4-pack of tickets. They have a really cool exhibition going down at the Franklin Institute. It's called it's Universal Theme Parks.
Ooh.
Yeah, I bet that. So, yeah.
Good Father's Day get there.
I would love to go down the Franklin Institute with the family.
If you got to hang out with your family on Father's Day, yeah, go do something like that.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of dudes just want to play golf and be alone, and I support that as well. But, like, Mother's Day, my wife is always trying to do something.
Yeah.
I need to go take care of yourself.
Oh, so it's them away from the kids, or you do event with kids and then you go away?
Yeah, that. Well, that's how I approach Father's Day. I'm playing golf.
You are?
Yeah. When is Father's Day? Is that this
Next
week?
Sunday.
This Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Less than a week.
If you have to be with your family for Father's Day, it's
Right.
a hell of a way to phrase that.
Again, but
How about that?
I'm being realistic, Ray. Like, that's how it works. A lot of dads out there, fathers, what do you want for Father's Day? What do you want to do for Father's
But
Day?
he's right. Play
They say
golf.
nothing. They say, I don't want to do anything. Just, I want to go about my day, do my thing. It's Father's Day.
Can you use like the lovemaking chip for Father's Day, or is that only for anniversary, birthday, Valentine's Day?
I'm going to try. I don't know if it's going to work. but I'm
Right?
gonna
Is it
try.
valid for those days? Because there's blackout dates.
Yes.
And to me, Father's Day is not about trying to use it to get lovemaking.
You get. There's only a few times on the calendar that you can pull it out.
Excuse me?
Here we go.
He's not even doing it on purpose.
Here we go again. With that being said, because you got to be, like I said, with the reality of it, Ray, like you can't be thinking about lovemaking during the holidays, like Christmas, Thanksgiving, because it's
You're
just
getting nothing. It's too stressful.
It's,
They're not.
it's
not
anarchy.
interested. Yeah,
You're
they're not
never
interested.
getting laid in that time when you're married.
Nope.
So yes, Father's Day, you pull that chip out. Excuse me.
See, I don't like. Well, I mean, the chip doesn't work for any days for me anymore.
chip ain't working, bro.
Unfortunately, Ray. It did at least on my birthday. Or,
You guys end all these sentences with Ray, as if I give you a very strong questioning about this.
No, it's kind of like a crutch that I use. Where I'm just like, well, Ray.
Do we need to start a new club? That's what I think.
I need a club magazine is what I need. All right.
Yes.
Well, listen, we'll get back to it, but it's time to get to the news and noon. Right. What do you got?
Mark's at middays and it's news at noon. NEWS news at noon. Mark's at middays and it's news at noon. Come get your news with Ray. Fire!
Hey, Ray.
Nice.
Oh, it's so good.
Yes.
I don't know how I'm going to follow what we just did there, but I'm going to try. World Cup. It's been awesome. Enjoying it. Enjoying the videos of fans. Like, I watched the Rock Chalk Algeria video maybe 30, 40 times at this point. It makes me laugh consistently. All the different fans, everyone just getting a chance to experience people coming to America, experiencing American culture, and then Americans getting to experience all these different people coming has been really cool. The Scots have put on a tremendous showing up there in Boston. We had the bagpipe video that went viral, and then them at the Red Sox game. I mean, this was fantastic. They're doing the soccer chants. The game's over. They're just all over Fenway in the dark, the just disgusting hallways that have been existing for over 100 years there underneath the stands. Here's them chanting along. So the soccer chants they're bringing to a Red Sox game after the Red Sox game's over. The Scots have put a strong showing together. I'm very interested to see how it goes for them in Miami for their third group game. I'm very interested. They've figured out Boston.
Yeah, Boston seems like a natural fit.
I want to see them in Miami is really what I'm getting to with this.
They might be all out of sorts.
I'm very happy that we got Ecuador and Brazil and Boston got Scott.
Yeah, really.
Just put it to you that way. All right.
Yeah, there was very nice weekend
The city was covered in yellow yesterday. It was insane to see all those Ecuadorian people. It really was. Pretty cool. And Brazil's coming. That's going to be a lot of fun next weekend.
Yeah, pro Ecuador at this point, at this juncture. I woke up an Ivory Coast fan on Sunday morning, and by the time the game started, I was fired up for Ecuador. Probably should have stuck with my initial instinct. The team that's using the Union facilities is
Late goal, Johnny. Late goal. 90th minute?
Gotcha.
Yeah. 1-0.
89th,
Ivory
whatever.
Coast pulled off the upset.
Must have been a hell of a game.
Great game.
It was a great game. All right, moving on for you. Another great game in history. Game 7, 2016 NBA Finals. Anniversary, 10-year anniversary of that series this month, which is wild to say. But LeBron coming back down from 3-1. The Cavs coming back down from 3-1. Andre Iguodala was on with Richard Jefferson because I know you're big on Richard Jefferson's podcast. I didn't want to spoil this episode for you, but I'm going to play it anyways. Him talking about the block and how he's still victimized by that LeBron James block a decade later.
And then all I heard was like a sonic boom.
Yeah.
It was like boom. I was like, oh, it's like somebody got shot.
Yeah,
It was
no one saw
loud.
him coming.
It was loud.
It is literally the last game of the season, 7th game, and he runs that fast and tracks it down.
Yeah, it was amazing. And I thought, because when I laid it off the glass, I'm like, all right, just put it on the glass. So when I heard it, I'm like, I'm waiting on a whistle for a goaltend because I never saw him.
Bro.
And I was just like, just put it on the glass. Barely, right, great play. And then I heard a ooh, and I was like, all right, just get back on defense.
Yeah.
You know, still go outside. You still as a kid. And my daughter has been abused blocked by James walking down the hallways.
Dude, sounded like Devontae Smith a little bit there. Just with my headphones. Yeah, a little bit. So my gym in the morning will have like YouTube on, and they'll just throw like highlights and whatever it is. Sometimes they will get in the rabbit hole of LeBron James. It's often like Kobe, NBA stuff. But you just watch those Miami Heat days and how good LeBron was. Like, just unbelievable. And think about it. They were down 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors, and they won 3 straight.
Yep.
They won 3 straight. That story of him going to Miami and then going back to Cleveland and winning a bleeping championship, it's top 3, top 5 sports stories all time.
Yeah,
all time.
I remember I was still working with Mike when they lost. Was that Dallas? Dallas beat them the first time. And I just remember we watched that one of the games. We were up in Bristol. We were doing some ESPN event. And I remember coming in after they lost. And, like, Mike was pissed. And I just, like, I was, I don't know if I was rubbing salt in the wounds, but I definitely probably had a smile on my face that day. And, man, he didn't want to hear it.
No.
He was not having it. He was pissed. But, the label on LeBron was he can't win the big game.
Yep.
And that changed quite a bit over the last however many years.
Oh, yeah.
But he had to win the big game to say you don't win the big game. And he did.
And he did it, like I said, with Cleveland. And I know they had a good team, but it was definitely a different vibe between winning it there and with that team and its history. And, oh, by the way, having the success with Dwayne Wade and, of course, Chris Bosh and so on and so forth.
Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4.
Again, though, it comes back to villains. They are a good thing. The Knicks, I hope, are the villain. I hope, like,
they have to be.
They're the villain in Philly. That's easy. But I think everybody, as a league, we need to hate the Knicks. They just won it all.
Yeah, 365 days from now, I hope they're not the villain.
Probably not.
Yeah, I would hope, because if they're still the villain this time next year, I'm going to be in dire straits.
Yeah, this will suck.
Yeah, it's be bad if this started to run.
And another good thing from the Knicks winning, respect the cup, people. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, the Open Cup.
Is this the first?
Yes.
Is this the first double champion?
Long history, John. Thank you for saying
It's
that.
never happened before.
Double champion. Start respecting the cup, people, that takes place in December. Yes.
Yeah, respect something that you have to tell us when it happens because it's so relevant. All right, last thing for you. Baseball in Vegas. Looking like it's going to be insane. Don't know how much you caught of the A's-Rockies series this weekend, but this was the 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd run coming across the board for the Rockies.
Willie. Oh, boy. That's a granny to deep right. Put a 4 spot on the board. Willie Castro, a 7 ribby day. 22 runs for the Rockies, a new franchise record.
Now, remember, the Rockies, where they play, is known for putting up runs. They went to Vegas and put up a franchise record for runs. If you're a starting pitcher, why would you ever sign a contract with the Vegas team if this is the way that ballpark's going to play?
Can I like
cash rules?
Like add some context to this?
Sure.
All right. Well, they also scored 4 runs on Friday and 5 runs on Saturday. So let's not go nuts.
Ooh.
And how much did the A's score in those 2 games?
6 and 7.
Okay. Fair enough.
6-4 and 7-5. You're going to get games where you scored like
22.
The game one against Milwaukee, it was a crooked number 2.
I mean, your overall point's not wrong.
Yeah.
It's going to be a hitter's park. It's also going to be indoor. So,
oh God, yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah,
they're
you're right.
not going to be able to have outdoor games an entire season. So they're going to have the retractable roof. So is that even really going to matter? I don't think it will. Will it still play to hitters? I hope so. That's what they should be building parks to. You want offense.
Yeah, first Milwaukee, it was 14-15. That was
Correct.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started hopping on the train. I took a couple overs. And hit them. As far as team home runs, the one game was 2 home runs, 1.5, 1.5. I popped on 2 on the over and won both of those bets. I would look at that's if they're playing that game at that park, it's fun to tune in. Obviously, it's a late night game, no doubt.
Yeah.
But they're scoring runs. Something to keep your eye on there.
Yep.
But then you fast forward, like you said, it's going to be a brand new indoor stadium.
That's 2028, I believe, is the.
Really?
Yeah. So you got another season and then play because they play in Sacramento for most of the season.
Correct.
And then they're at the AAA ballpark for I forget how many games.
Which is right outside of Vegas. But
Yeah.
2028 if we have a season.
It was in the hundreds, right? So, yeah. So it was like 101, 102. My brother-in-law lives in Vegas. So, when we were out there in July, I got engaged. It was hot as holy hell.
4th of July, right? Wasn't that?
4th of July.
It was hotter than hell out there. We couldn't go outside during the daytime.
It was too hot.
Yeah, it was too hot.
Unless you went to the pool.
Yeah. I mean, like the air, it's not like thick, but
It's a dry heat, right?
That's what I hear. It's a dry heat out there.
Yeah.
Not like out here.
It's not a dry heat here.
Yesterday was great. Beautiful weekend.
was
Saturday
hot.
was great. Yeah, I sweat a little bit on Saturday.
Felt good.
Yeah. A little bit. Yeah, Keith, so we did.
Yeah.
Let's bring that back up. I just want to put that. No, I was totally fine. I hosted the watch party on Friday, and dude, USA won. We were partying. It was a great time up there at Union Yards for the Union game. And now they're doing a lot of things for the World Cup. Get on out there. Trust me when I tell you, a lot of fun. Union Yards, great place to catch all the action.
And you were not.
No,
you were not heavily intoxicated.
I had 2 beers, and that was one at the start, and then one at like the 70th minute. I think I got one. And that was it.
All
like
right.
I was having fun. They just won.
Now Saturday, Ray, was that the case? Because you saw him Saturday, didn't you?
It was a whole different story.
Saturday, I saw the beginning.
Yeah.
I saw the pace that he was at. I didn't get to see the end result, but at the pace that he was at, yeah, you could have convinced me that if you saw him on Saturday, he was hammered.
Hey, look, we had a lot of people come out on Saturday. A lot of people were
Great to be
supporting
there.
and showing love over there at Canal Side. Great weekend.
All right, let's hit a phone call or two. Carrie is calling from Jersey. Carrie has a Jalen Hurts, Jalen Brunson comp. Interesting. Carrie, go ahead, man. What up?
Hey, Johnny. Hey, Sean. Hey, Raymond.
Carrie, how we doing?
Hey, Carrie, this is Carrie, the massage therapist?
Yes, absolutely.
All
That's me.
right.
Based in Barrington, New Jersey.
Who I met at the Flyers broadcast that we did.
Oh, you've
At
met Carrie
Chickies and
before.
Pete's. You're
How
damn
about
right I did. It was
that?
lovely talking to her.
Did you get a massage? Did she crack your back? Do you travel with the chair, Carrie?
Oh, I don't do chair massage.
Oh, okay.
I don't like it.
Okay.
But I can bring my table over.
Oh,
and
the
help
table.
you guys
Now-
out.
yes.
I mean,
Hey,
I gave
Ray.
Sean my card, so just waiting for the call.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, Ray, what do you think?
And
Ray, would you like a massage?
Let me tell you.
Well, Carrie is among. She is definitely. If we're doing a whack pack for the show, she's got to be considered for being one
I
of the
love it.
charter members.
I love
and
it.
I mean that
Oh, my
in a
God.
good way.
I love it. No, I love it because, I used to work for the stations too. So
Right.
I would love to be part of that. And I've met Ray and I've met John and I haven't met Sean. So,
Well-
and I was going to say, if you guys need help getting a kickoff Club Hertz party going, I'm your girl.
Will you bring the table out and you give
She
some?
doesn't have a table. She does?
Yeah, she's gonna bring the table.
Oh,
get some massages.
Of course, I travel with this table all the time.
All right. Well, what was your
Anyway,
what was
but-
your Jalen Hurts and Brunson comp?
Okay, so the comp is credit to my sister who went to Nova. She sent me an Instagram video and I think, Sean, you reposted it to the Hertz Club about how Hertz and Brunson are like very similar in their attitude and the fact that they're hated on. in the fact that they don't give up the fight. And I mean, you have to give Brunson Philly credit for going to Nova with the other guys, and Jay Wright, I mean, a ton of credit. That, to me, the reason I could watch it and stomach it after they swept the Sixers is because it was all Philly. It was all Philly heart to me.
See, I love it, Carrie. You're right, and I would like to join you with enthusiasm for that team. I just can't get past the logo, the fans. But when it comes down to
the actual players in the team,
right?
Yeah.
Like Brunson, stud. You gotta love him, and he is a diehard Philadelphia Eagles fan. So you'd like to see those pictures of him in the jerseys, all that. But New York winning that championship and in that 53-year drought, I did not enjoy any bit of it.
Oh, John, you gotta give credit where credit's due. And like I said, what's helping me is that Philly connect. And I was out in San Francisco for 14 years. It was a little reminiscent of. He's a little reminiscent of Steph Curry to me.
Sure.
He's one of my all-time favorites too. So I hated Brunson during the Sixers run, but then he grew on me, and it's just such a great story. And his dad, and then the whole Jalen Hurts and him thing. I love that.
It's a hell of a run. They won 15 out of 16 games.
All right,
or went on that run. Obviously, when they lost, they were down 2-1. Remember, to the Hawks in that series, and they literally wanted to fire everybody. Mike Brown.
Yeah, they were going to lose to the Hawks.
Trade Cat. You got to go get Giannis. Everybody was saying that, and then they went on the run, 15 to 16.
All right, I'm sure Kerry will want tickets to when we have the Club Hurts mixer.
Yes,
coming up. All right, Ray, you going to attend? Because I know I'm going to be there.
I'm a member of Club Hurts. Yeah, I'll be there.
All right, there you go.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, how was Ray in action on? You saw him Saturday night.
Saw him Saturday, like around happy hour time.
All right.
5 p.m. Came through, hung out with the boys. Yeah, he was in between stops, so he had to kind of keep it a little low key with us, so he can get to his final destination, if you know what I mean. But he ripped it up at Union Yards, came through, hung out, supported. We like that, man. Thank you.
Were the ladies following him around?
It's funny you bring that up. There was a mixer. There was a singles mixer that was being held at the bar that I was DJing at. 40 to 55-year-old mixer. God bless these people.
Well,
God bless them.
That's my age range.
I know, and that's my age range too. If I was looking, for love, and I was going to a singles mixer, that would be that's my people.
So you were there in a professional.
I was there. I was setting the mood. I wasn't a part of that deal, but my DJing was really about what was taking place in those 8 or 9 picnic tables to the right of me.
Nice.
They needed some conversation. I was playing Genuine, H-Town, knocking the boot. I kid, I wasn't playing that. But it was, a little less. Let's just put it that way.
All right. Hey, real fast, Keith wants to just settle up.
Oh,
here.
I love Keith.
He's saying he was just messing with you.
Good.
You weren't visibly intoxicated.
It was all good. It was a great time up there on Friday night.
No, he wasn't. But I just wanted to let him know too that that Prince Akeem from Zamunda princely lock you got going on, dude. LIG.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to shave. You're supposed to shave it today.
Not today.
Yeah, let it go.
We're gonna do it Wednesday.
Oh, we're gonna do it Wednesday.
It's called the Prince Akeem. Oh, that is hysterical.
I missed that.
What was the name of the barber shop that he went to? And anyways,
fine.
Yeah, that's it. And then he cut the thing off, and that was it. Yep. Who next? Oh, man.
The Soul Glow.
Yes.
All right, Keith. Appreciate you.
You the man, Keith. Yeah, we saw good times up there on Friday. But we will shave the rat tail on Wednesday.
Okay.
Rat tail.
You want to just have it for 2 more days so you can feel it.
Man, I'm telling you, it's getting a lot of attention. People are, maybe you might want to keep it.
Yeah, but you've been wearing your hat. You don't go out without a hat on. Oh my God, it doesn't do any justice that way. You have to look at it from a profile.
It was great walking up to Canal Side and just seeing the side of his head as he was preparing to really get going. You could just see the rat tail drifting in the wind.
Oh, it's got it gets caught up in the breeze.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's good. Shout out to the YouTube chat. These are from my people. No welching over here. I still have a rat tail due to the Celtics winning 2 bleeping games against the Sixers. Unbelievable.
All right, coming up, we have some voice memos on the Phillies. The conversation earlier, we talked about Andrew Painter and what they should do with him. Also, Trey Turner. Todd Zaleski seems to think they're gonna sit him out at least 2 games. What will the Phillies do? We'll discuss with your phone calls, your memos, and everything else. 610-632-0975. It's Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Open up 3 against the Marlins. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Phillies have 3 against Miami beginning tonight, coming off of a 3-3 road trip that ended in Milwaukee, where 2 of the 3 games they lost and were shut out in, including a 4-0 shutout loss on Sunday. Trey Turner struggling right now. Don Mattingly asked after the game if he was going to drop him in the lineup.
I haven't really thought about moving him at all. Obviously, we just mixed the match from 1 to 2 on the West Coast there, just to try to give him a little different feel, but I don't really know the answer to moving him down.
We'll keep you updated on whatever we hear about the lineup or if Trey Turner doesn't play in this evening's game. Zach Wheeler on the mound for the Phils tonight. Last night, Hurricanes won 3-0 over Vegas to win the Stanley Cup. On Saturday, the Knicks beat the Spurs 94-90 to win their first finals in 53 years. The first World Cup game was played in Philly last night, with Ivory Coast winning 1-0 over Ecuador. This update is brought to you by the McComb Group. Visit McCombGroup.com. McComb Group supports contractors with one of the largest PVF inventories, from pipe, valve, and fittings to trusted brands. Count on the McComb Group to help you stay on schedule. Visit McCombGroup.com today. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Is the plan to keep Joel, and can you say with 100% certainty that Joel Embiid is back for 2026?
Yeah, Joel's ours right now. I've had great conversations with him. We FaceTimed. I'm actually going to see him in a couple days to kind of sit down in person with him. But, we just got to get Joel on the court. Obviously when he plays, we're really good. He's still a dominant force. I mean, he can get 25 in his sleep. And I know he's self-motivated. Obviously he doesn't like the questions about him not being available, but he wants to play. He wants to be on the court. And, that's on me. That's on our whole staff and Nick and the whole building to get him to his best self.
There is no reason to panic about the Jalen Carter contract situation. And lo and behold, John Kincade this morning did exactly what I thought he would.
Price is wrong.
Went on this morning. Bill's 100% wrong. We need to be concerned. If they don't get a contract in place in 6 weeks, literally, he said 6 weeks 4 times. In 6 weeks by training camp, Jalen Carter might hold in. He might show up and not participate. He might this, he might that, he might this. Guess what? I could die walking out of here.
I got a question.
That could happen too in the next 6 weeks. But I don't want people to panic, Ricky Bo. There is still 6 weeks to go. Yes, they are in negotiations with Jalen Carter. I was told by the Philadelphia Eagles they fully expect to get the contract done. And under the current NFLPA agreement, you can't hold out. We saw what happened to Hassan Reddick. You could go back to what happened with Le'Veon Bell. Jalen Carter's under contract for 2 more years. He's got this year. He's got next year under the fifth-year option. Yes, would you like them to get this deal done sooner rather than later? Of course you would. But on June 10th and now June 11th, to be trying to get all-out panic about this situation is absurd.
The Eagles have a culture. And it's really weird, though, what surprises me. And I go back to the first segment and you sort of saying to me, I don't care about all that stuff with Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo and everything. You don't value it. I do. I so value the mentality of having players that want to be football players over celebrities first. There is zero question in my mind, zero, that Jackson Dart loves being a celebrity and is enjoying being a celebrity. And to me, I think that's great for Eagles fans. I think it's awesome because he hasn't accomplished a damn thing, and he's loving being a celebrity. Scatterbo cannot help himself but to be out and about being a celebrity, being spotted. Where has he been? What's he doing? What's he been? I love it. Let them be living that life. Where can we be? Where can we walk a red carpet? Where can we be seen? I will take life with Jalen Hurts, boring-ass Jalen Hurts, and Saquon Barkley, who literally are as boring as white milk and saltine crackers. And I will I'll take it all day long because I think you win with players like that.
Do we believe what he's doing right now? What do you think?
That's a rough question, Ricky.
Well, it's a loaded one, of course.
It is. The jury for me is still so out. I mean, the past week offered some reason to think it's still in there. Did we think that before? I don't know anybody who did. On the other hand, even if you look at this past week, it's a 241 batting average with 0 walks over the last 8 games. But there's 3 homers.
Nothing really other than just Trey's just not having success. And right now, when you're not having success, it never looks good. I know Trey's struggling to get it going and all that. But, you know, we'll look at it day to day where he's at. And over the next probably, let's say 2 weeks to 3, we're going to try to make sure guys getting off their feet a little bit. So, and Trey be possibly one of those guys too, just like everybody else.
All right, that's Donnie Baseball on Trey Turner. We are back. It is Middays with Marks. John Marks, Sean Brace, Ray Dunn. Trey Turner, will he be in the lineup tonight? Seems like they could see a night or two off. So far this season, Sean, he leads the league in at-bats with 288 at-bats. Part of that is at-bats are also include walks, right? So if you walk, that's not an at-bat. Well, he's not walking a whole heck of a lot this year, as his on-base percentage is only 269. He's hitting 219. 71 strikeouts, 20 walks, 7 home runs, 21 RBIs, 14 steals. He's still pretty good on the bases, but if you're not getting on base, it's hard to steal bases.
Yep.
Trey Turner. Now, if you look at his lifetime stats, and it's the whole adage of, look at the back of the baseball card, and that's by the end of the season, that's who it's going to be. This is by far his worst season.
Yep. Since
he came up as a 22-year-old. Not even close. And he was really bad the year that he got the standing O. He turned it around. So here's one thing I do know about Trey Turner, and I've seen it with my own eyes, is that when he gets hot, and he can really carry a team. And they really need that. They need him where, Schwarber can't do it all the time. Harper can't be the only guy that does it if Schwarber's not doing it. And Turner, he needs to turn the season around. The Phillies aren't winning anything unless Turner's able to turn it around.
Agreed. Too many holes in this offense. It's lackluster across the board, and he's one of the big reasons why. One of the most disappointing players on this team, if not the most disappointing player, as far as the Phillies 2026 is concerned. So, I'm cautious because I feel like it's a couple bad months, and Trey Turner could turn it around. Now, what does that look like? It's a hell of a lot better than this. I don't know if it gets the 305 from last year. We know what he's capable of, and that's a big thing for me. It's like you see flashes from time to time. We know what he's capable of on the base path. He can steal bases if he's on base. Not a good defender these days.
No.
He's never been, but I felt like he improved a little bit last year.
As long as he's okay, it's fine. If the bats, he led the league in hitting last year at 304, so it was fine.
Yeah.
It was okay. Maybe he's even better than some people give him credit for defensively, but I'll say this. He's not above average,
No.
and it's not going to get better with time. He's 33, or he's going to be 33.
Agreed.
So what does that mean? Where does he go? You put him at second base, and now Stott's either not here, or Stott's not going to get – his range isn't going to improve as he gets older. So what does that mean? Do you not have your shortstop, or you're going to have to get a different shortstop? I mean, I've heard somebody say that they could have traded Turner this offseason. They elected not to. Man, if you had a chance to get out from underneath that contract and you didn't, he's under contract for 7.5 more years into his 40s.
Yep.
That ain't good. When it gets bad here with the Phillies, it's going to get bad with the Phillies.
Oh, it's going to get terrible. It's going to be ugly. Either that or some magical new CBA deal where somehow every deal evaporates into thin air.
Not likely to happen?
No. It's going to be ugly.
I don't.
And that's what Kincade was saying on the morning show for a long time. And every time he said it, I often all right, yeah, he's got something there. They're just, all these contracts, they're already getting up there in age, but all these contracts are going to come down the stretch, and they're all going to be super old, not performing, and you have no shot in hell of getting out from underneath them. That's why I agree with you. If you could have moved Trey Turner, man, that would have been
7.5 more years.
That's my point. Is I don't know.
It's a long time, right?
It's a big deal for somebody to take on. He did have a pretty good season last year.
So he's not making 40 a year. He's making about 25. So the Phillies did the thing they did with Harper was we'll give you more years so you can get to your money because we can't fit it underneath the salary or the luxury tax. So I think he's making 24, 25, something like that, but it was spaced over 11 years. Maybe it's a little bit more than that. Anyway, so it's not like he's making 40. So what he's making this year, yeah, obviously it's not good, but he's not – he's not making 40.
No.
7.5 more years?
Yeah. It would have been to be a fly on the wall. You think those conversations were being had? Trading Trey last year?
I just don't think Dave Dombrowski cares because he's not going to be here. What does he care?
Fine line.
In 3 years, is Dave Dombrowski here if this team gets bad? No.
Nope.
We have a good club.
You know who's here? Us. That's who's here.
Probably why those conversations
down
weren't
on the
taking
Phillies.
place. Thank you, Vic. That's so
No,
good.
agreed, but that's why he doesn't care. He can sign an 11-year contract. He's not going to see the end of that.
That's why Trey Turner isn't going anywhere.
How's John Middleton? 7.5 more years. John Middleton, I'm not saying he's not going to be around, but still, that's 7.5 years.
Let me tell you.
He's going to see the end of that. Trey Turner was 11 years, $300 million, so it's $27.27 million a year. He got the $300 million, 11 years. So it's $27 million a year. Like, is that great? No, it's not great at all. But it's not. At least it's not like 35 or 40, which is what you would have had to do in a shorter term contract.
Well,
still sucks.
But that salary cap in place, be a higher percentage of what you're paying.
Yeah, I don't
roster.
think. Well, they got to give teams time to become compliant with the salary cap. But also, do we really believe there's going to be a salary cap?
No.
No.
No, they're going to sit out half a season and not get a salary cap.
Yeah, they'll meet somewhere middle.
There you go. It's only 7 years if you look at it that way. You only have to watch them for half a season last year or next year.
I don't know. It's not good. We have voice memos, Ray, on the Phillies, on the Davis Honda text line. What do we got?
This is Matt from Mullica Hill, and I'm listening to you talking about the Phillies, how Don Mattingly, turned everything. They played horrible teams. I hate to be so bold, but are the Phillies the Dallas Cowboys of Major League Baseball? They say it's their year, and they don't do bump kiss come playoffs. Just saying. Maybe if the Phillies hear this, maybe that will give them motivation. I don't know.
I was the one that said it. You can't deny. I get it. The level of competition wasn't the highest. I don't care about sort of those things. You play 162. You got to beat the team that's in front of you. With that being said, you cannot argue the fact that the starting pitching started.
That's
performing.
really what the difference is.
That was it.
The starter started starting.
Tom Mattingly didn't really do much. Thank you. Yeah, the starter started starting.
Yeah.
That's it.
Nola's been palatable in most of the starts. Painter really hasn't changed. No, like when I say Donnie Baseball turning around, I don't really mean that. Like, don't take it as so literal that he turned it around. Since he took over, the team has turned around.
Yeah.
And I do think the kick in the ass that a new manager does, I think there's obviously a part of that. Luzardo was bad during that last stretch before Thompson got fired. Luzardo was getting shelled. Nola was bad. Wheeler wasn't back yet. It was before Sanchez started his run, so Sanchez was given. The starting pitching was not good.
Nope.
It wasn't. Who would the Phillies be if we compared the Phillies to a NFL franchise? Because I don't think the Cowboys is a good comp.
No, I was thinking about that too. I'm like, I don't see the Cowboy connection on that.
Ravens?
NFL teams, the Ravens.
Ravens, not bad.
They've been contending for a while here.
Always talked about in the conversation, never doing it.
Every year around the playoffs, someone picks them.
Not New York. It's in between, that sort of deal.
They've got. They had that early 2000s run that was successful that you can look back on and say, see, they can win.
Niners?
It's a good club.
Niners?
The Niners? I don't get the Niners vibe.
Maybe too much historical shine.
Yeah.
I don't know, like if you look at the last 5 years of the Niners, whatever, they went to one Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Lost, yep.
And lost, and then they've been a playoff team, but they haven't lived up to the expectations.
Brock Purdy's who?
I'm siding more with the Baltimore Ravens.
I like the Ravens.
I like the Ravens comp. I'm trying to think here. Anybody else that maybe could be one of those teams that, like Ray pointed out, with the tradition, the history, right? It's like, what is the Phillies' history? What is the Phillies' tradition?
Oh, it's a great history.
10,000 losses.
All right.
Yeah,
But like, when was the last time the 49ers won a Super Bowl?
Yeah, but they have.
Yeah, but when was the last time but like, all right, so it 30-some years, right? They haven't won a Super Bowl since back then. They've been to Super Bowls. They haven't won a Super Bowl.
Would you not consider the 49ers as one of the better franchises in the NFL?
Historically, yes, but not in the last 30 whatever years. I mean, all right, so anymore, what are the best franchises in the NFL? What do we consider the elite franchises? The Niners? I think they're in maybe the second tier. Eagles, yes.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Interesting.
Chiefs, but that's with Mahomes.
Yeah.
All right, coming up, more on this. We have more memos. Also, I have a real-life situation from the pool over the weekend that I need to review with you guys.
Pool?
From the pool,
Let's
yes.
go.
A real-life situation.
Cannonball!
It involved a lifeguard. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks.
Did you have to get
97.5.
mouth-to-mouth?
I did not. Stay tuned to find out. Middays with Marks.
Hey, but first, hello, everybody. It's Sean, and I'm here to tell you about Saturday night. June 20th, Brooklyn Bowl, Fishtown. Join me and my friends over at Modelo for Modelo Match Nights. That's right. We're going to catch all the soccer action, enjoying match night atmosphere, and raising a couple cold Modelos with all of our fellow fans. Brooklyn Bowl will be serving up Modelo drafts throughout the event. Exclusive Modelo and Fanatic giveaways all evening long. Trust me, it's the place to be. This Saturday, June 20th from 6 to 8 p.m. So whether you're coming with friends or looking for one of the best places in Philly to watch the match, we got you covered. June 20th, 6 to 8 p.m., Brooklyn Bowl in Fishtown for Modelo Match Nights. All the information can be found at 975thefanatic.com. Modelo Match Nights presented by Modelo and 97.5 The Fanatic.
Andrew Salciunas.
So let's do that. Now, Andrew Salciunas has the day off today. It is not because of a clip that went viral from our show last week about Jalen Hurts. He's got regular vacation, but he was getting ripped because he said his number one question for the Eagles this year is about Jalen Hurts' performance at the quarterback position with the change in offense, Sean Mannion now taking over. What is your evaluation of that? Is that your number one question?
My number one question for this team this year would be if the offensive line can stay healthy and hold up. And it's not a very sexy question, right? Like, if the offensive line isn't healthy, we can't get Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens and Lane Johnson back to health. I don't care what plays Sean Mannion's calling. They're not going to have much of a chance. The offensive line has to be better. It has to be healthier. They've been the foundation of that team for so long. They've been responsible for so much success. We're talking about elite, all-time Eagle talents. So I don't say this in a critical way, but I say it in a way in which the offensive line has had to play through some injuries, and it's aging. And are they going to hold up and hold together? If they do, it's going to be a great season. If they don't, it's not. To me, that's where it starts.
Club Hurts, Brandon Petrilli. What's he giving you? You have a business card?
It's our membership card.
You actually have a laminated membership
We
card.
have membership cards that will be going out to all the people that will be members of Club Hurts. So the official membership card, I am
What's it?
the president.
See, I need this for Objective Club Hurts.
See? The cease and desist letters, boys. It's being sent.
Premium status?
Yes.
I told you. Rule number 1 is to defend number 1.
It's good. It's good work.
Member number 1. The membership numbers are numbered.
Yes. Love it.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Petrilli.
Great job by
So
BP.
Yeah,
You're
he's
number 1?
Yes.
All right. I'm number 3.
Oh, so BP's number 2.
Yeah. Makes
right.
sense.
All right.
Ray, you in the car? Are you in the car?
Huh?
Like for the club? Like, are you in the club?
That's what I was just thinking. No
Like,
way.
All right. So, yeah, because
Well, I mean, again, if he ends up making Mannion look bad, it's going to be tough for me.
you can't make Mannion look
No,
bad.
he wants to be in the club because
He's in the
he
club.
would
like being
rather
in
be. He's more positive on Hurts than anything.
Correct.
But I don't think he understands the mission of the club.
Yeah, he's in the club.
There's a chance I'll get tossed out of the club. I'm aware of how this goes.
You think you think you can get thrown out of the club like Jazz from Fresh Prince?
I
Fresh
kind
Prince.
of assumed.
Is
Yeah,
that what
that's-
happens?
I
BP
assumed that
throws
could
you out the
happen.
door.
Yes.
No, in the car, meaning like original members, OG members here, like we're the ones that created it. But look,
No,
you're
no,
in the
no.
He does
club.
You
not
and BP.
deserve to- no,
No,
he does
you and
not
BP are that man.
ABP and
Yeah.
Ish, or Israel, excuse me, Israel.
There's
Israel.
others out there that can be considered charter members.
Yes.
I don't think Ray deserves that status.
No, I don't think I need that.
Because he has Sean Mannion in his bio, not Hurts.
Right.
That's right.
If you'd like to join Club Hurts with Sean and BP and Ray, it's clubhurts1@gmail.com, or you can follow on Instagram. You should follow on Instagram anyway.
Yeah, regardless, follow on Instagram. But if you want an official member of one of these cool cards, and oh, by the way, merch, and the champagne room, Tush Push.
That's kinda why I'm in.
Yeah.
All right. I'm up to 9 followers
Oh,
on
look at you.
Objective Club Hurts.
Very nice. Very nice.
All right.
I'm gonna hack that.
All right. So do we have Phillies memos too as well, right? Do we want to do that or the pool story first? Pool story?
Yeah, let's do pool story.
All right. So I want to make this clear. I'm not going to disclose the club. It was not at Nine Oaks. So I don't want anybody thinking it was at Nine Oaks. But so I'm at this pool with a bunch of families, right? So it's like my daughters, moms and dads. So like people we're friends with, right?
Sure.
So I go to the pool. It's it's nice out. It's hot out or whatever. We're sitting there. It's a nice pool. So there's one lifeguard that's there, and they have a number of lifeguards that are working. So it's kind of a big pool. So, but there's one lifeguard in particular that it's hard to not notice because the bikini attire is not regular bikini. I don't want to say full thong, but it's closer to thong than Brazilian.
Mm-hmm.
The butt cheeks are out, and it's a nice visual if that's kind of the thing that
It was a beautiful day yesterday. A lot of sun. You got to tan those cheeks, John.
So I'm like, I'm like, all right, so like just don't look. Because like every wife is like looking at the husband to see if she's checking out the booty as she walks by.
Mm-hmm.
So to kind of break the ice, and this is maybe, an hour, like it's 90 minutes into it, I say, hey, I just got to ask, like, if you're a lifeguard here, should you be wearing that? Like, listen, not for nothing, but, like I know everybody's noticed it, but everybody's kind of like, oh, I don't want to, right?
Yeah.
All right, so lifeguard, not on a beach, in suburban Philadelphia. We're not in Miami. I'm not in South America. I'm not in Aruba, a tropical destination.
Where were you at?
I'm not going to say the name of the place. So I don't want to get anybody in trouble.
I could.
And like it, not that it wasn't tasteful. And honestly, like the kids don't even care. Like the kids don't even really notice. They don't have any. It's more like the guys that are like, damn, and then the wives that are like, yo, you looking at that? 'Cause it's hard not to. She walks by, good-looking younger girl that has like a nice butt and is walking by. Hey, like you tell me everybody doesn't notice and no one's talking about it. We're just like,
Wait, no pictures? You can't show me? I'd love to give you my really thoughts on this, but I need to see it.
I'm not being an old pervert talking about her having a nice ass as Al Pacino once said.
Great ass.
Right. I'm just saying that I'm just trying to drink one of my super lights or whatever they're called.
There you go.
And enjoy the rest of my weekend. And I got, and it wasn't even like super duper, like big, like South American Venezuelan. It wasn't. No, it was compact.
Yeah.
But it was, Ray would have been very, very excited.
Go home more often.
Yeah.
This is great.
Didn't realize that's what happened out there in the burbs.
So the question is like, should
what's the proper what's like is it okay for a lifeguard? And this isn't like an adult-only pool. This is a family pool.
Okay.
It wasn't. I never felt like it was trashy or anything like that. So it certainly wasn't that. But it's also like, all right, like as a guy, I just wanted to acknowledge because it's like obviously she keeps walking by and it's been a lot of times and I know everybody's looking at it.
Look at my cheeks.
Right. So anyway, I guess I'm just asking you, like, did I handle it appropriately by bringing it up?
Yeah, you like you said, you broke the ice.
Yes.
You know, it's uncomfortable. You know what's being said. You know what's being thought. Absolutely. And I have no. Yeah. Look, we're honest. We speak on things. So I like that angle. From the perspective of the bot or the lifeguard, shouldn't they all be wearing the same thing, like the red? Like, isn't that like protocol for lifeguards? You wear the red. Not Baywatch. No.
Yeah, they had the little Hasselhoff floaty.
Well, how are you supposed to know that person's the lifeguard if they're not wearing lifeguard gear?
I was at Uncle Jamie's pool last year, and the lifeguard, and it's a small pool, so there's only one lifeguard at a time. The guy had, he didn't look like a lifeguard, by the way. The guy had slides and socks on up on the stand, and I'm like, hang on a second.
Yeah.
If he needs to go in, it feels like he's going to take the socks off first and then jump in an emergency.
It's a good gig. I need to become a lifeguard on the side. Really?
You know what I mean? No, you can't have slides on. If you want to wear sandals, fine. You can't have slides on with socks.
No.
Because I just felt like the natural move would be like, oh, I'm drowning. Let me take my socks off first. No, you can't do that. You know, there's no reason to wear socks in a bathing suit.
But back to the cheeks.
Yeah.
I'm pro cheek guy. You know that. But it's
nothing wrong with it.
It's a family, and plus you're working. You gotta connect the dots.
All right.
So bad job by the lifeguard.
So maybe a little bit more coverage on the butt.
Yeah.
Ray?
Let the lifeguard live.
Oh, of course. Ray's liberal.
What are we doing here, folks? It didn't bother the kids.
No, but to your point, there's not a uniform. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they're like I didn't even pay that much close attention. But you do notice with some of the other girls, you know, like some will give more, will show more cheek than others, but not like this one. I'll tell you. So the other ones are kind of like, all right, like her butt's maybe a little bit bigger, so it shows a little bit more than not that I was paying attention to this. No, not right. Not that I was paying attention to this. I swear.
Can we get the pad out? Pen and pad. Can you draw this for me?
So next time you're gonna have me taking pictures, and they're gonna be like, that creepy guy over there is taking pictures of the lifeguards.
Oh man,
they walk by.
Yeah, the professional standards. You should have some uniform branding, right? Swimwear, red. Yeah, sure. Baywatch, I'm all right with that. One piece
was not a one piece.
Well, that's
a Baywatch. Where's the one piece?
I'm okay with the two piece. It's just got to be red. I just think all lifeguards should be. You should be able to pick out the lifeguards. That's all.
Right.
And if this chick's running around in a thong, how am I supposed to know that's a lifeguard?
A lot of times they'll have T-shirts on or like other things. To your point, there's not it's not like Baywatch where they had a strict uniform code.
You would think that would be the case.
Yep.
All right. You learned
All right.
something.
Davis on the text line 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. Also voice memos. We have a lot of voice memos coming in on the Phillies. Get it in on the pool situation. But coming up next, so circle back a little bit to the Eagles and what is being written about Jalen Hurts this season. And, like, we're not making it a big thing like, is Jalen Hurts the most disrespected or underappreciated athlete in Philadelphia? Well, is he? It's the appreciation for Hurts because it's being written now that he's kind of miffed. The Carson Wentz comp on it is really, really interesting. We'll talk about coming up next. We have some Sixers and Flyers next segment as well. Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Bills return home tonight. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update, and it's brought to you by Morgenstern Medical. Losing your hair, wish you could do something about it? Call the trusted team at Morgenstern Medical because where you go matters. Call 610-831-HAIR. The Phillies dropped 2 of 3 out in Milwaukee, finished the trip 3-3 after taking 2 of 3 in Toronto. Shut out in 2 of the 3 games in Milwaukee, including a 4-0 loss on Sunday. After the game, Don Mattingly talking about the Bats.
I feel good about our club. We're gonna be able to score. We didn't swing the bat good at all today. I don't think we got a guy to second base today, so.
Chance to bounce back tonight against the Marlins. Zach Wheeler on the mound for the Phils. Last night, Hurricanes won 3-0 over Vegas to win the Stanley Cup. On Saturday, the Knicks beat the Spurs 94-90 to win their first finals in 53 years. First World Cup game was in Philly yesterday. It's Ivory Coast with a 1-0 win over Ecuador. This update's also brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. Every now and then you find a deal where you get more and pay less. Now that's a good deal. That's Straight Talk Wireless on Verizon's 5G network. Find it exclusively at Walmart and StraightTalk.com. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Is the plan to keep Joel, and can you say with 100% certainty that Joel Embiid is back for 2026?
Yeah, Joel's ours right now. I've had great conversations with him. We FaceTimed. I'm actually going to see him in a couple days to kind of sit down in person with him. But, we just got to get Joel on the court. Obviously when he plays, we're really good. He's still a dominant force. I mean, he can get 25 in his sleep. And I know he's self-motivated. Obviously he doesn't like the questions about him not being available, but he wants to play. He wants to be on the court. And, that's on me. That's on our whole staff and Nick and the whole building to get him to his best self.
There is no reason to panic about the Jalen Carter contract situation. And lo and behold, John Kincade this morning did exactly what I thought he would.
Price is wrong.
Went on this morning. Bill's 100% wrong. We need to be concerned. If they don't get a contract in place in 6 weeks, literally, he said 6 weeks 4 times. In 6 weeks by training camp, Jalen Carter might hold in. He might show up and not participate. He might this, he might that, he might this. Guess what? I could die walking out of here.
I got a question.
That could happen too in the next 6 weeks. But I don't want people to panic, Ricky Bo. There is still 6 weeks to go. Yes, they are in negotiations with Jalen Carter. I was told by the Philadelphia Eagles they fully expect to get the contract done. And under the current NFLPA agreement, you can't hold out. We saw what happened to Hassan Reddick. You could go back to what happened with Le'Veon Bell. Jalen Carter's under contract for 2 more years. He's got this year. He's got next year under the 5th-year option. Yes, would you like them to get this deal done sooner rather than later? Of course you would. But on June 10th and now June 11th, to be trying to get all-out panic about this situation is absurd.
Hey, Ray.
I think we have a good fight.
It's baseball season, boys.
They said I was a diva.
I don't know.
All right, how about 38 special?
38
All right, how about
special,
38
Ray.
special? All right, how about 38 special?
Middays with Marks here. 97.5 The Fanatic as John is coming back into the room. Sure, he had to handle some business, so he's a little delayed. I was just getting a little World Cup take off my chest, saying I'm so grateful and happy it's here, John. Every 4 years. Take advantage of this. I was yelling at people in my group chat like yesterday, trying to get them to join me. Number one, a tradesman, obviously. But number two, it's like, yo, this is in our city. Go experience this. Trust me, it is cool.
I was, after seeing all the pictures, Ray had one you put on Instagram that got like thousands of reshares or something. That was down at the link.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ray just took a picture. He wasn't even there.
You went viral again.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
A lot of content.
I've seen a lot of Matt Albel, my buddy from Bet Parks. He put something out there that was like unbelievable. So yeah, like it looks really cool. I can see how if you were just in the city, how you get caught up in it.
Yes.
Because if the city is filled with people, then it's like, wow, this is unbelievable.
Yep, you're walking through. There's a lot of fanfare, the drums, the chanting.
awesome.
It's really cool. Yeah, really cool.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Very cool. All right. Well, Len checks in and says, "Who has a problem with Mo Cheeks?" About our last conversation. Well, I mean, it's,
Well played. Well played.
I just don't want to, I don't.
Mo Cheeks a champion.
Mo Cheeks, a champion as a coach.
Love Mo.
Yep.
All right, let's so got to circle back to this because I thought the most interesting thing. So Joe, everybody's gonna have a certain reaction. Joe Santaloquido, who is, as far as I'm concerned, Sean, if Joe Santaloquido writes something, it's legit.
Good.
All right, because when he had the Carson Wentz stuff, everybody said, "Yeah, Joe Loquido, you liar." Oh, guess what? He was right about everything. Right? A.J. Brown. Oh, it's from Joe Santaloquido, you liar. He said that A.J. Brown requested to be traded during the season. And everybody said that's not true, that's not true. Hasn't it pretty much been confirmed that A.J. Brown requested to be traded during the season? So Joe's been right. When Joe puts something out there, he's right. So he writes an article more or less saying that, be careful what you wish for. And he's talking to both the Eagles and the fan base, which is, Jalen Hurts, he could be out of here. He could leave. And if you keep going down this road, that's what could happen. So he brings up a lot of things, but I think the most interesting thing that he wrote about was that kind of the way that the Eagles have handled Jalen Hurts in regards to A.J. Brown, in regards to the criticism that he's received through the media, which a lot of people believe is actually coming from the team itself. But Joe writes a couple things here. Says some close to Hurts feel that the Eagles did not support him enough when some constructively insightful stories came out this postseason about some of his deficiencies on the field, like Eagles teammates did at the urging of the Eagles over the constructive criticism Carson Wentz received in 2019. So what he's saying is after Carson Wentz got criticized, remember, he got criticized and it was the same kind of thing. It was by Joe, which is like, what did they say about Carson Wentz back then? I'll never remember, other than he's a pain.
Yeah, he wasn't. He
divisive in the locker room.
Yeah.
Didn't take the coaching well. A lot of those things.
Hung out with his crew. Yep, and that was it.
And people were like, "Well, that's bogus. Everything's fine," and it wasn't. So, but I remember the Eagles really, like, teammates came out and stuck up for him. The organization stuck up for him. That doesn't happen with Jalen. Howie Roseman. Maybe Ray, you can look for it briefly. I remember Sean and I had the same reaction. They asked Howie about the article, and Howie had said that it's that sells. He's like, that's the kind of stuff that sells. And, like, that was really the only thing that he had to say. He said it's unfortunate because those things, that's the kind of thing that sells.
Yep.
What he could have said was, listen, here's all I have to say about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has been to 2 Super Bowls. He's a Super Bowl winning MVP. He's been to the playoffs 5 straight years. We just won an NFC East title, and I get it. Everybody wanted to win every year, and I want to win every year as well. But you're not going to win every year. So we're looking forward to this season, and we believe Jalen is going to bring the team back to a Super Bowl. Something like that, right? Here's how he wrote.
I have seen those reports. Bob and our PR staff do a great job of showing us what we need to see. I would say that we have some faults. One of them is not being direct and honest with our players and the conversations with our players. So for us, if we have any issue with any of our players, we talk to them directly. So, from my perspective, from Nick's perspective, from Jeffrey's perspective, we're not hiding behind anything. We will talk to our players directly. And I think that it's unfair. It's unfair to have these articles written, but I understand it's also what sells at this point. So
it's a very,
I think it's unfortunate.
It's a very confusing answer. Because is he mad at the criticism towards the team? What was he mad about? Nowhere did he give any support towards like, you could even come out and say it's not true.
Yep.
You could lie and say it's not true. If you didn't want to even acknowledge the piece, which I probably wouldn't, I would just say Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl winning MVP quarterback. What are we talking about? I can't control what's written out there. People are going to write what people are going to write. It's what people talk about. That's the NFL. All I know is Jalen Hurts, we won the division again last year. Whatever else you want to say. It's weird. It's a weird answer, man.
Yeah, in Club Hurts, the office, we got a couple posters. We're putting, some new stuff up on the walls, and that's one of them. The record, the back of the baseball card, as I say. Look. I think they're number one when the Howie Roseman cut was just played. It does make you wonder, like, how he didn't have that strong of a reaction. Maybe he was the one that was dropping some breadcrumbs out there, right? Maybe he knew about the breadcrumbs being dropped, and it's like, yeah, it's a shame that these things got to be written, but you can't feel as passionate anti with these things being written if you are one of the reasons why people have that information. Just one guy's, take. That's all. That's what hit me when I hear that audio there. The other thing I would say is you do expect more, and you hear it, whether it's about a Joel Embiid, not Bryce Harper. I don't know if that's a good example, but anytime that these guys, these general managers or managers have an opportunity to stick up for their man, they do. And most of the time, they don't have the same success that Jalen has had. So what is it?
Right. So, Ray, that's my question to you, is that it's actually good to bring it back to the Sixers. Because what's been the strategy so far this offseason with the Sixers? They're not kissing his ass. They're not kissing Joel Embiid's ass. Look at how Myers answered questions. Look at how Gansey answered questions with us about Joel Embiid. Ray, is this a tactic? Are they doing this on purpose where they're not heaping praise on him because of the way they feel about him or the way they feel about him as a quarterback?
Are you telling me this is more to motivate than how they actually feel?
Is this intentional? Or is this just how they feel about him and they don't realize what they're doing?
I think this is just how they feel about him. This is just what they're doing. I think
so. They don't want to defend him.
I don't think they necessarily feel the need right now to go out the full length. I mean, I would imagine if you're Howie Roseman, you've built the roster over the last 2 seasons. You won a Super Bowl. That was great. I think if you asked him about his 2025 roster, I think he would tell you it was probably close to. He felt as good as what he built in 2024, and he would tell you 2024 because I know Jeffrey Lurie did the whole victory lap where it's one of the best Super Bowl rosters ever put together. I can't believe we did that. I would imagine they would feel like it was a pretty great group, and they didn't win a playoff game. And I think one of the things that he would look at, and if he was being honest about it, would probably assess that the play of Hurts was not up to what he wanted.
Oh, for sure.
So I think that's just the nature of being a general manager and looking at what you built and say, yeah, he was a part of the problem.
All right, if we believe the stories that came out that talked about, well, in practice all week he's doing it, and then he won't do it in the games, the criticism of Hurts that came out. Now, it could have come from the source of the leak could have been from the coaching side of it because people were saying like, hey, it's not our fault, like a Patullo or a Nick Sirianni or somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't believe that anything's happening like that from a coaching level because that's only going to piss Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie off. This has to be an organizational thing. One thing with Nick Sirianni, they're going to be loyal to Nick because Nick's loyal to them.
Mm-hmm.
If you think Nick Sirianni's really on the hot seat this year, they would have to have a really, really bad year for him to get whacked. Because if it comes down to Jalen Hurts or Nick Sirianni, it might be Jalen Hurts that's gone. If you have a bad season, because I think they're very loyal to Nick Sirianni. I'm the
smartest coach in the world.
Happy birthday, Nick.
I mean, with Carson Wentz, they went out and you could tell it was like, no, we got to make sure that we're loyal to this guy and that we have his back. Haven't done that with Jalen.
No, they have not. I did reach out to his agent last week. Remember, I was asking him, like, just as far as the contract. Haven't heard back from her, but I will keep you posted if she does.
Okay.
Okay. With that being said, and trying to get her to join Club Hurts, I think she could.
But you got to. Do you have her number directly?
No, I DM'd her.
Oh, that's right.
On Twitter.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you really want to, we should try to get her on. But you got to go through the agency and speak to the minion at the agency that then says, okay, who's the next person we talk to?
She's very good at what she does. And I don't think that again, you never know. You give them the opportunity. But I did, Nicole Lynn.
She probably doesn't want to piss the Eagles off at this point.
Yeah.
So she's going to come on and piss the Eagles off?
She did get a big contract for him already, and she's hoping for another one. So why would she want to piss him off? Yeah.
Well, because if they're mad that he's not getting a contract from the Eagles now?
I would just really want to know that, do they do enough when it comes to standing by your man? And I would love to have just an honest conversation about that. And, oh, by the way, what else could they do? Where do you think they could do more? That Howie Roseman press conference was absolutely one of those spots.
Yep.
It's unfortunate.
Now's the spot because that doesn't cost you anything.
Do we have an issue with our stars in this city?
Of course.
Why is that?
Because we're Philadelphia sports fans.
Does that happen anywhere else? Is it just us?
I don't think it's just us.
No, it can't be just us. We want these dudes to perform. We like the underdog story. They get there. Once they get to the top, then we want to pick them apart with the flaws. I don't know. It's just something weird. It's just you would like to think that we would stand by our man even when they get to the promised land, when they get to the highest of the highs. Again, he's not perfect. I understand that, but I think you could speak up a little bit more on his behalf with what he has done already for this franchise.
for sure.
And he's not going anywhere. He's still in his prime.
Like right now, you were talking about the fabric of objective club hurts. Because you hear me, I'm very passionate about this. The Eagles should have done more. They should have been more supportive. Why wouldn't you be?
Yes.
Right? That's objective club hurts. He doesn't get the support of the team that they gave to Carson Wentz, that rat Carson Wentz.
Nope.
Right? So that bothers me, but that's objective club hurts. Because then I say, well, there must be a reason for that, Sean. Or what is the reason behind it? All right. So voice memos and text messages on that 610-632-0975. But the season is over, Sean Brace. The New York Knicks are your NBA champions.
Boo.
We talked about it a little bit earlier. The Sixers lost to the champs. The Flyers lost to the champs. Does it make you change the way you think about the team now? And let's focus on the Sixers for a second. Does it?
Yes, it does. It makes me when it takes place in front of you, it should motivate you. And you saw how different, like, between the two teams. Now, the fact that they lost to the eventual champs and, like, oh, if they would have got past them, no, I'm not going to go down that path. But I think you can gain a ton if you're honest with what was taking place on the court. And why wouldn't they? They just steamrolled you. And then, of course, with everything that else rolls with the New York Knicks, the fans coming down here, taking over the arena, I think we all got to have ourselves a look in the mirror moment. And they were able to win it. That's the top dog. That's going into the offseason. Who you now have to match up against, who you have to become better than. They're setting the bar.
But does it make you say, not that we shouldn't have fired Daryl Morey, but you know what? Like, we actually had a good team. You ran into a buzzsaw in the Knicks. Ray, do you feel like that at all?
No.
Me neither.
No. I don't feel any sort of way. I'm just mad the Knicks won.
But they've beat everybody like that for the most part. They've rolled everybody, man.
Yeah, it's impressive. They got a good team. They do.
They trailed by double digits in all 4 of their wins in the finals. They came back in that game against Cleveland down 22. What a just an unbelievable run by the Knicks.
So that kind of leads me to the point, though. Like, do I believe that this team was going to do what the Knicks did? Like, the only thing that stepped in their way, like destiny stepped in their way, or was this just a better team that was capable of way more than the team that I support? And I think this is just a better team that was capable of way more. Like, I don't think the 76ers trail for 72% of a series and win it in 5.
No, that they were going to lose in the second round pretty much regardless. Would they have lost to Cleveland?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Very competitive series, I think. They got swept. They got swept, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got smoked.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been a competitive series with the Cavs, but goal of the season, I hate to sound like some sort of cliche machine of a general manager or president of basketball operations, but the goal of the season is not to come in and beat the Cavs in the second round. The goal of the season is to win a freaking championship.
Is it really, though?
Yeah.
Hey,
Should be.
Well, sure. It should be.
I got a new banner for us to hang. If you guys are interested. Speaking of the Sixers, somebody said this to me yesterday or 2 days ago. They said, you know what? The Sixers actually gave them one of their toughest games, the Knicks. So the new banner, Sixers gave the New York Knicks one of their tougher games in the playoffs. Game 2, 108-102 loss.
Now, is that a really large banner or smaller lettering?
As I said, we got to work on it, but like you can appreciate it, right?
Yeah, sure. It actually, that makes me feel a lot better. Go Sixers. All right, with that, all that being said, you know what happens? The Knicks win the championship, and hours later, let's do our NBA power rankings for 2026-2027. All right, where do you think the Sixers land?
Good grief.
So this is more or less an exercise looking ahead. Where do we think the Sixers are?
No, like they're not. They're middle of the road. They're not a championship contender. They are a team that could flirt with another playoff spot. No, they're a year older.
What number? Where'd you rank them? Ray?
Middle of the pack.
11.
I'll go 15.
11 for Ray, 15.
Of course, they're going to be higher.
In between, number 12 on the list.
Sounds about right.
And the little capsule says, new president of basketball operations, Mike Gansey, has his hands full in Philadelphia, where the 76ers are coming off a second-round exit at the hands of the Knicks. With 3 max contracts on the books, the Sixers only have so much flexibility and will all but certainly be into the luxury tax if they retain Oubre and Grimes, both unrestricted free agents. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, are you resigning those guys? Just Oubre? It seems already not good enough as it is.
No. Yeah, there's 12 teams in front of them as far as odds are concerned on DraftKings right now. They're plus 5,500 to win it all. The Spurs are plus 250 to win the championship. But you have the Warriors, the Heat, the Cavs, the Pistons, T-Wolves, Nuggets, Pacers, Lakers, Knicks, Celtics, Thunder, Spurs, all in front of them.
All right, Ray, who's number 1?
The Thunder.
Correct. Number 2.
The Spurs.
It's got to be Spurs.
Correct.
Yeah.
3.
I bet you. His look is telling me all I need to know. Can I go?
Yeah.
It's the Boston Celtics over the Knicks.
So I am giving you they're 3. The Knicks are 3.
Oh, okay.
But I was giving you that look.
Okay.
I tricked you.
Yeah, you did. You got me. He got me.
Celtics are 4.
They're 4. Okay.
Pistons 5.
Everybody loves the Celtics.
I'm going to say, you beat the number 4 team in the way too early power rankings.
Hang it. Another banner.
That's got to be another parade for us at least.
Hang it. Let's get it made. Can we get little ones made that we just hang up in our studio?
Yes.
Let's do that.
I like that.
All right.
Giannis is going to go to Miami. That's going to happen this offseason.
I agree.
This week?
Hopefully.
Yeah. Seems like they want it done sooner than later.
Make it happen, please.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm tired of it.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, and they want Morant, apparently, Milwaukee.
Okay.
Good luck
sure.
with that.
Yeah. Knock yourself
7 Cavs, 8 T-Wolves, 9 Lakers, 10 Rockets. And that's I don't think LeBron's coming back. We agree on that?
No.
He's going to
no.
Golden State. I think he's going to Golden State.
Like Tony Romo. I don't. I just think. Yeah, in unison, too. Nice work. I think he stays with the Lakers. It's LeBron James.
I think he goes to. I think he's done with the Lakers. The Lakers more or less are like, we're not doing any moves that you want, and he's going to go play with Steph. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be dope.
That'd be a good team too.
It would be a fun team.
Yeah,
definitely be watching.
I want that
one.
over the Lakers.
Yep.
Pacers 11, Sixers 12. Sixers are ahead of the Hawks, the Raptors, the Magic, and the Warriors. That's without LeBron.
Hang the banner.
Yeah. Yep. Let's do it.
Now you
use that wall over there.
Now you brought up the Hurricanes situation with the Flyers, and it's similar for me, right? Like it's like I'm glad that this took place, where you were able to see that team, championship contender, how great they are, what makes them great, and then you gave it your best shot, and you are nowhere near them. Like the Flyers are night and day difference than the Hurricanes. Credit to the Canes, majority of teams aren't on their level.
Man, no, you're right. When it only took the first game, and the reaction was, wow, like the difference in talent. They don't have anybody who can skate with any of these guys. Who was out? That was the only one guy that could have skated with any of them. That didn't play. Yeah, Tibbet was out. So. And like the Flyers had that. They blew the one game. They lost in overtime. So it's not like they weren't competitive games. But the Hurricanes were that much better, and everybody agreed on that.
Yeah.
With this Knicks and Sixers series, the Knicks were that much better. But it's also like, well, Joel Embiid and George, and like you're not supposed to be in the situation where the Knicks come in and kick your ass, and that's what happened. And they don't have any wiggle room, and they don't have time to grow. It's like now it's going to be duct tape Embiid. You keep Paul George, and then what else can you do? And that sucks. At least with the Flyers, it's like, no, they had no business winning that series. No, the 76ers very much had business winning that series. They're just not good enough to do it. They were built to win that series, and they couldn't do it.
Yep.
They weren't even close, and that's what sucks even more is that, like, that's where you are as a stage of a build. You got swept by the Knicks. Even the Cavs. I mean, the Cavs are like, they have veteran players and stuff. They got Donovan Mitchell. They have good players.
Oh, yeah.
They don't have the process and the MVP and Paul George and these young star guards. They don't have that.
Yeah, a New York fan texted me the other day, quote, trust the process, and he sent a picture of the championship. I said, damn, dude.
He's got you.
Yeah, he's got me. Oh, yeah. And we were on top of the Knicks for a few years. Remember, put the banner. Ben Simmons never lost to him.
Yep.
Now they're the champions.
That's another one we can play. All right, first one, we got to decide which one we're going to raise first, all right? We'll do it.
Fine line.
Let the text line in the YouTube chat decide it. Greg in Orland. Greg, what do you got? Hello.
Hey, what's happening, guys?
Hey, Greg.
Just basically two things. Just what you guys were talking about. I think that the look is much better for the Flyers than it is for the Sixers because the Flyers have a young team. They're on their way up. They lost 2 games in overtime. I know that the Carolina Hurricanes are an infinitely better team. Just up and down 4 lines, goalkeeping, the whole thing. But it was sort of like a little sliver of, hope that the Flyers are sort of on their way up and they can get to that point. The second thing is I'm with you guys. Jalen Hurts gets no respect in this town, and for the life of me, I can't figure out why. Because the guy outplayed Patrick Mahomes in 2 Super Bowls and literally won a Super Bowl, and he's only the second quarterback in the history of the entire franchise to do that. Yet he gets no respect. It's just crazy.
Greg, are you a member of the Club Hurts?
Not yet.
Greg, come on, man. Email
Club
us.
Hurts, the #1 at Gmail.
Yeah, Greg, we got to get a card in your
what is
hand. It's
what is it again?
It's the hottest club ever, and it's clubhurts1@gmail.com. Hit us up with an email.
Okay,
It's just to support Jalen Hurts
That's
because,
it.
like Sean started the club because of exactly what we're talking about. He doesn't like the disrespect.
So good.
It was after the A.J. Brown trade because A.J. Brown forces his way out of Philly, and everybody's like, yay, A.J., we love you. Now they hate him because he actually got traded.
That's right.
But, like, no.
Well, think about this. I was talking to the producer. He went to the right place because Robert Kraft got caught in a massage parlor, too. So
Hey, now.
They have massage
two
experience.
peas in a pod.
That's right. That's right.
All right, Greg, appreciate it.
Awesome, Greg.
Thanks,
Yeah,
buddy.
Make sure you email us. No moving the goalposts anymore, people.
No?
Club Hurts. Some people still need convincing. I don't know why. But damn it, membership applications are an all-time high. We had a busy weekend. BP put him right to work today.
You need to hire somebody
Might
to help
need a
out.
secretary. Got to put BP out there. I'm sure you can meet more people.
Well, who else on the staff is on? Ray's on it, but he's already very busy. Who else
Yeah.
on the staff could
Austin.
help out? So Austin's a Hurts guy?
Austin is a Hurts
Make
guy.
him the secretary.
Because he knows greatness.
Should I
Seriously.
give him the member #3 card? It always feels right if you.
Well, there should be a board of directors,
Oh, I like this.
and Austin could be on it. Right? All right.
Love it.
Who's the bouncer?
We need a bouncer. This isn't some bar.
And
club.
It's a club.
And that article that we're referencing here, that's the reminder that Club Hurts. It's not a trend.
Well, the interesting thing is that it's not only you feel like it's on the team, but it's also locally and nationally.
Correct.
Locally, fans, there's a lot of fans that love Jalen Hurts. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to go crazy. There's a lot of people that are what we're talking about. Nationally, it's unbelievable. He's an all year round talking point. It's just like, let's talk about Jalen Hurts. That'll give us a segment. And one guy says one thing, the other guy says the other.
Throw his name in the Google search right now. You'll see like 15 articles that were just written in the last 24 hours.
Is that right?
I swear to you, I was just looking.
That's awesome.
Apparently, he had a bad minicamp.
What is this?
Is that what you're telling me?
What is this website? Google?
Yeah.
It's called Google. All right.
Google.com.
He did have
He
a
had
bad.
a bad minicamp. Is that what we're doing?
Yep. Fans shouldn't panic about Jalen Hurts' minicamp.
Is he on the hot seat?
Yep. Jalen Hurts already making Cowboys fans feel vindicated after A.J. Brown trade.
Get him out.
What?
Didn't take long for Jalen Hurts to regret the A.J. Brown decision. They're the
See?
first 3 things that came up.
I'm telling you, a lot of Jalen Hurts content was put out in the last 24, 48 hours. It's ridiculous.
Coming up. All right, we have a 4-pack of these tickets to the Franklin Institute. You can dial when we get back, but we're going to play the Chat GPT feud.
Ooh.
It involves video games. All right? And we'll tell you about this this great exhibit that's at Franklin Institute. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Bills looking to bounce back. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update brought to you by Modelo. Join Sean Bray Saturday, June 20th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Brooklyn Bowl in Fishtown for a Modelo match night. Enjoy cold Modelo drafts, soccer giveaways, and all the match day action details at 97.5thefanatic.com. Phillies were shut out on Sunday, second time in 3 games. They were shut out in Milwaukee, dropping 2-3 to the Brewers. Christopher Sanchez, a tough one for him, 5 2/3, line forward. Only 3 strikeouts to the bats, a really tough one for them following the tough game on Friday night. Don Mattingly after the game.
I feel good about our club. We're gonna be able to score. We didn't swing the bat good at all, and I don't think we got a guy to second base today. So.
We spoke with Todd Zlecki of MLB.com earlier on the show. You catch that conversation one more time on the website or the Fanatic app. Zach Wheeler on the mound tonight as the Marlins come to Philly. Last night, Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup, beating Vegas, and on Saturday, the Knicks beat the Spurs to win their first finals in 53 years. First World Cup game in Philly was last night. Ivory Coast beating Ecuador 1-0. This update's also brought to you by the McComb Group. Visit McCombGroup.com. McComb Group Sports Contractors are one of the largest PVF inventories from pipe, valve, and fittings to trusted brands. Count on the McComb Group to help you stay on schedule. Visit McCombGroup.com today. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
the Eagles have a culture. And it's really weird, though, what surprises me. And I go back to the first segment and you sort of saying to me, I don't care about all that stuff with Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo and everything. You don't value it. I do. I so value the mentality of having players that want to be football players over celebrities first. There is zero question in my mind, zero, that Jackson Dart loves being a celebrity and is enjoying being a celebrity. And to me, I think that's great for Eagles fans. I think it's awesome because he hasn't accomplished a damn thing, and he's loving being a celebrity. Scatterbo cannot help himself but to be out and about being a celebrity, being spotted. Where has he been? What's he doing? What's he been? I love it. Let them be living that life. Where can we be? Where can we walk a red carpet? Where can we be seen? I will take life with Jalen Hurts, boring-ass Jalen Hurts, and Saquon Barkley, who literally are as boring as white milk and saltine crackers. And I will I'll take it all day long because I think you win with players like that.
Do we believe what he's doing right now? What do you think?
That's a rough question, Ricky.
Well, it's a loaded one, of course.
It is. The jury for me is still so out. I mean, the past week offered some reason to think it's still in there. Did we think that before? I don't know anybody who did. On the other hand, even if you look at this past week, it's a 241 batting average with 0 walks over the last 8 games. But there's 3 homers and a double in there. And I think within that, there's some signs this might not be the disaster than people thought it was. And like the reason to think that is his swing now is just totally different than it was in spring training and even what it was a few weeks ago. He's moved back in the box. He's opened up more than we've ever seen him. He's not pointing that bat at the pitcher anymore, which made his setup so long, so slow. I just don't know what it means yet. I keep thinking back to that 2023 postseason. I'm sure you guys remember it well. That dude homered 5 games in a row in the LCS and World Series. But since the second half of that next season, 2024, I can only find 2 other weeks like this one where he even hit 3 bombs in a week. So, let's see what the next week looks like. I would just say I still think he's going to get a lot of runway. I mean, there's no one literally to replace him out there. There's no star right-handed hitting right fielder they can go trade for.
let's do that. Now, Andrew Salciunas has the day off today. It is not because of a clip that went viral from our show last week about Jalen Hurts. He's got regular vacation, but he was getting ripped because he said his number one question for the Eagles this year is about Jalen Hurts' performance at the quarterback position with the change in offense, Sean Mannion now taking over. What is your evaluation of that? Is that your number one question?
My number one question for this team this year would be if the offensive line can stay healthy and hold up. And it's not a very sexy question, right? Like, if the offensive line isn't healthy, we can't get Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens and Lane Johnson back to health. I don't care what plays Sean Mannion's calling. They're not going to have much of a chance. The offensive line has to be better. It has to be healthier. They've been the foundation of that team for so long. They've been responsible for so much success. We're talking about elite, all-time Eagle talents. So I don't say this in a critical way, but I say it in a way in which
You did it double-sided here instead of two separate pieces of paper. My show sheet.
You like that?
You like that?
Yeah, because it's easier for me to not lose this.
Oh.
Gotcha. That was not by design today. It was whoever had the printer setting set before me.
It was set today.
Double-sided, and I was like, you know what? I'm not printing again.
No, I like it.
All right.
No,
Double-sided forever now.
Definitely do double-sided because I lose stuff. The more papers you give me, the more I can lose.
See, I was anti-double-sided. But
Really?
he's the host, so his word is weighs
You know
a little
what?
bit more.
I'll
here.
print one double-sided, and I'll print one with 2 pages.
No. That's a diva behavior. And as the president of Club Hertz, we don't operate.
No,
like
there's
that.
no diva behavior.
I said
I was a diva.
That guy left. That guy's gone.
All right, so check it out. Sean, we have a 4-pack of tickets to the Universal Theme Parks exhibition at Franklin Institute. Check that out. A 4-pack. So you're exploring how theme park attractions like Jurassic World, Minions, and Super Nintendo World come to life through hands-on exhibits, cutting-edge design, and storytelling innovation. You can get your tickets today at fi.edu. FI, Franklin Institute. fi.edu. All right? So we have a 4-pack every day this week. All right? So I was like spitballing today. I'm like, all right, it's not theme park yet. But I was thinking about video games.
Ooh.
All right? So we're going to play the Chat GPT feud that involves people calling 610-632-0975. Now, like, a lot of times people, when it's a good prize, they do it. But, and not this isn't a good prize. I'm talking about tickets. It's not like
This is awesome.
This is a great prize.
Yeah.
All right? But it's still fun to play the game. And if you want to get the 4-pack, you know what I asked, Sean?
Yes.
I asked the top 10 video games of all time. And we're going to go with the top 5.
And this is my favorite type of game because it's ChatGPT's where you get the answers. So we have no idea what's going on inside the mind of a computer, and they tend to get some oddball answers from time to time as well.
It's not necessarily chalk like you might think.
Yeah, because I would think that this would be an easy one, but I know it's not due to the fact that ChatGPT gave you answers.
I'd be unable to do it. I know a couple of them on here, but it's 610-632-0975. If you get one in the top 5, we'll do it for a couple minutes here, you qualify.
Okay.
The only one that gets it, you'd win. But we'll take the list of qualifiers and we'll grab one. All right?
Interesting.
Sean, I don't want to ask you for one while we wait for all the people to call up.
I have one general question.
Yeah.
Here's my question. Are these all like video games from like Sega, PlayStation,
so
that deal? Or are we talking arcade games?
There are no arcade games, and only one I would say is from the Nintendo era.
Whoa.
From the original Nintendo era.
Well, still whoa. Okay.
610-632-0975.
I have a guess on that.
I've never played 2 of them.
Never played 2 out of the 10?
I don't play video games. So we're only going to do 5. Of the 10,
yeah.
I've played 3.
Okay.
I've played 3. 610-632-0975. Matt in Allentown. Matt, do you have a guess?
Yes. Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers makes the top 10, but it's 10th.
What?
Incorrect.
Oh, come on, ChatGPT. See, that would have been my number 1 answer.
Andy in Lambertville. Andy.
Let's go Tecmo Bowl.
Tecmo Bowl is incorrect, guys. Let's get off the original Nintendo.
Okay.
Great games for the most part.
Okay.
Like I said, there's one. So I did say there's one.
You did say there's one.
But it's beyond just the Nintendo.
Okay.
All right? It's much bigger than just being on Nintendo. I don't want to trick people. Rafis in Northeast Philly. Rafis, what's your answer?
What was Super Mario?
Super Mario, and this is the problem. People are calling when they're dialing. It
Sorry.
made the list, but it's 10th.
All right. I have a guess.
Give me a guess.
I'm going to go with, how about...
3 seconds.
Yeah, I know. The video game. Why is it? I'm trying to
Well,
blank
hold on. Well, think about it. K in
All right, there you
Abington.
go.
K, what's your answer?
Is it Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah, that's the one I was
Grand
going to say.
Theft Auto's number 2 on the list. You qualify,
That's what I was going to say.
K.
Nice call.
Good job, K. All right, K qualifies. Yes, Grand Theft Auto number 2.
GTA. Yep.
I've played it.
Good game.
Yeah, it's a good game. I've played it like a little bit. I've never had any of those.
I think we got a new one coming out next year, if I'm not mistaken.
I've never
About
owned a
time.
PlayStation.
No?
No, I've played them, but I've never had one.
Okay.
Jason in Holland. Jason.
Yeah, Super Mario Brothers should be number 1.
All right, let me check. Super Mario Brothers, the 3rd time, incorrect.
Are you sure it's not on there?
It's 10th.
I want you to look again.
It's 10th. Andrew in Lehigh Valley. Andrew.
Give me Halo.
Ooh.
Don't know it? Not on the list.
No?
I don't know. What is it?
It's a first-person shooting game.
610-632-0975. Nick in Briarcliff. Nick, what's your answer?
I'll go with Tetris.
Tetris is correct at number 3.
Wow.
Good stuff, Nick. Hang on. Yeah, I used to play it on my phone. It just wasn't the video game on Nintendo NES. It became bigger than that.
Huh.
I used to play, and then I would try to go to sleep, and all I could see were the tiles falling in my head in the song.
Really?
Same thing when I play cards. I can't sleep because all I see are cards when I close my eyes.
Huh.
Do you know the songs, the Tetris songs?
Hell no.
Really? So
No.
is it just a generational thing?
They had, like, songs?
They had different songs you could pick for Tetris.
No.
It's like a Mozart.
Oh,
something.
okay. Yeah, I didn't know that.
I'm not smart enough to know what it is. All right, Dave, we got a couple more minutes here. Dave, what's your answer?
Halo.
Halo. I don't know what Halo is. We already checked. Incorrect. Did not make the list. What is it?
Halo is a military science fiction video game. There you go. That's what it says here.
Go to Key Kells
Xbox.
in Mount Laurel. Key Kells.
What about Minecraft?
Minecraft's number 1 on the list. You qualify. Correct. So we have 1, 2, and 3. 4 and 5 are left. And number 5 is definitely a newer one. And then number 4 is like 2006, 2007.
All right.
Mike Marshall. Mike.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty is number 8 on the list. Not a top 5, but a good answer. A couple more. Nick in Elkins Park was at a wedding with BP. He's on the line right now. And Dewey beats Delaware. Nick.
Nick.
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Yo.
I'm going to say GoldenEye.
GoldenEye does not make the list. Matt in Newtown. I'm going to do 2 more. Matt.
RBI Baseball.
Incorrect. Oh, I like that one. All right, do we have any more? See if we'll put them on hold. Well, Sean.
Yep.
Number 4 is, and that's it. You can bring it down. Sorry, that's all the time we have for it. Number 4 is Wii Sports.
What a great game.
Sports.
It is a great game. I wouldn't have thought of Wii Sports.
Wouldn't have put it in my top 10.
Yeah, we talked about Wii Bowling the other day.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Love Wii Bowling.
Wii Bowling was the best.
The best.
Yeah.
Because you could play with a group of people. Because now they actually have on the they have Wii on the Switch. So my kids and I play Wii all the time.
Nice.
Wii Bowling. Wii Sports. And then Fortnite's number 5.
Oh, that would have been a good guess.
Ray, do you have the qualifiers so we can pick who wins? We can do that coming up. All right, 610-632-0975. Coming up, we have the YouTube chat recap and with some voice memos. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Hey, but first, Sean Bray's here to tell you all about DraftKings Sportsbook. Now, listen up, people, because DraftKings Sportsbook is now in all 50 states. Excuse me. Yes, that means even us here in Pennsylvania. The whole world is now watching one tournament, group stage chaos. We got a little knockout drama coming our way, stoppage time, heartbreaks, all across the board. Get involved with the action over at DraftKings Sportsbook. Just download the app because it's live in PA. So whether you're catching an early kickoff before work or a late match at the bar, you're in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Now, last week I gave you United States to advance to win the group. It was at plus money. Not trying to cash that ticket just yet. Feeling pretty good about our early wager here on DraftKings Sportsbook. Moving forward, we got 4 games today, 4 games tomorrow. Pick one out, find a winner on DraftKings Sportsbook. And if you're a new customer, sign up by using promo code Fanatic. You spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days. That's code Fanatic in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus. Pennsylvania only. Eligible restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio limited time offer.
Bill Colarulo.
Is the plan to keep Joel, and can you say with 100% certainty that Joel Embiid is back for 2026?
Yeah, Joel's ours right now. I've had great conversations with him. We FaceTimed. I'm actually going to see him in a couple days to kind of sit down in person with him. But, you know, we just got to get Joel on the court. You know, obviously when he plays, we're really good. He's still a dominant force. I mean, he can get 25 in his sleep. And I know he's self-motivated. You know, obviously he doesn't like the questions about him not being available, but he wants to play. He wants to be on the court. And, you know, that's on me. That's on our whole staff and Nick and the whole building to get him to his best self.
There is no reason to panic about the Jalen Carter contract situation. And lo and behold, John Kincade this morning did exactly what I thought he would.
All right, Kay from Abington is the winner of the Franklin Institute exhibit, which it's actually really cool. I was going to say, the problem is I have a family of 5, Sean, so the 4th tag, so I want free tickets. That's what I'm looking for. free tickets to go down. So that's why you got to listen every day this week. You get a free 4-pack.
At the Franklin Institute.
Yep.
And there's something new going on, too?
fi.edu is how you get tickets. It's a universal theme park exhibit.
Ooh.
Gives you the ins and the outs and how they do all this stuff. My daughter's going to Dorney Park on Thursday.
Oh, I love Dorney.
And we were looking online at the rides. She's a thrill seeker. She loves the big roller coasters and, the loop-de-loops and stuff. So we're looking at some of them. They're legit.
Oh, yeah.
They're big guys.
Are you going?
I'm not.
Oh.
No, it's she's going with a group of people.
Nice.
Camp. Yep.
This looks cool. Yeah, it's exclusive Father Day promotion. So get on over there. Check them out.
Kay in Abington is the winner.
Nice work.
Congratulations to Kay, who was one of the qualifiers. All right. Well, there you go. We have and I don't know if today's one of these days where I needed time off from the Phillies, or sometimes it's like, you know what, this is a day off because I can't. But also I sporadically watched over the weekend. I watched The Miz, and then I was out and about, like you were saying, like you were doing events and you were broadcasting and you were working and soccer games. Ray was doing a bunch of stuff this weekend. So it was a busy weekend.
It was. But the thing I would say is, like, these struggles are real, right? It's like this continues to happen. And, it's all about Trey Turner right now. That's the biggest disappointment from the season with what's taking place after this year with 7 years. But all in all, man, they need more from Trey, because I know at the beginning of this season, I said, I'm comfortable saying, I know what I'm going to get from Bryce. I know what I'm going to get from Trey. I know what I'm going to get for Schwarber. Everybody else has got to produce because they're in the peak of their careers. Well, guess what? Turner, no longer in that mix, because I don't know what we're going to get from Trey Turner. It can't be this bad.
I feel like that he's got a hot streak in him, though.
Yes, I agree.
He's never had a year like this.
Totally agree. That's why he deserves the benefit of the doubt. However,
well, I mean,
yes,
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he deserves the benefit of the doubt with the way he's played at times here.
Well, it's just off of last year.
By the way, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's just hard for me to actually feel like that.
Yes.
I'm not gonna go down fighting and swinging with telling you he's going to turn this season. I'm not like Club Hurts.
No, we're not starting.
I'm not doing Club Turner.
Club Turner. You got to win a championship. I'll start a club for you.
Club Trey. Sounds cooler.
Trey is a great name. I had a kid growing up when I was a younger kid. His name was Trey, and I'm like, that's awesome.
Spelled like that, because that kind of.
I think it was Trey. Yeah,
I don't know.
It makes it less awesome. Yeah. Trey Turner.
Well, I'm not trying to rip him. I'm just saying, with the name Trey, I don't want to have to think about how to spell it.
Yeah, the Trea does throw you off.
Right.
But and the Trey is for the 3, so for the 3rd, right?
Right.
If
I would have had a son, he would not have been the 3rd. I would not have named him Jonathan Bear Marks the 3rd.
Yeah, no.
But he could have been. I could have called him Trey. I could have been cool.
Did you know, speaking of names real quick, and we didn't talk about this, number one, congratulations, and we got to pour one out for the guy at the same time.
Who?
The legend that is John Clark getting married.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
I didn't know he got married.
He got married over the weekend.
Yeah, congratulations to John.
So we got to do 2 things. One is congratulations, him and his lady. Looked like a fun time. And also pour one out because he's a legend. You know, the streets of Manayunk, the bars down in Avalon, wherever he would roll. He was, Johnny Sunshine.
I'd see him. You were more Manayunk than me. I'd see him down the shore.
He was everywhere.
Yeah, he's
Center
everywhere.
City, and the best part about John Clark is you see him everywhere. He is a tall dude, yes. So we got to pour one out because we lost a legend in regards to that.
Welcome to the club.
However, congratulations to Sunshine John. And I brought it up, John, because do you know his middle name?
John?
Apparently, John Clark's middle name is Bentley.
Bentley? John Bentley Clark. That's a good name.
That's what he says on Facebook here.
Good name.
All right. So they had a Bentley from Gary Barbera pull up to the wedding. And he said, my middle name is Bentley, but I could never afford one.
Did his wedding have a title sponsor, too? Was it brought to you by? A lot of advertising in John's stuff.
Hey, he did it right.
I know he did.
Weddings are expensive, damn it.
Nice
work.
I saw a lot of pre-promotion for it. Well, congratulations to John. 2 stories on John. One time, some caller called in and said on a Saturday morning and said that John, he was next to John at a urinal. Was that in a bar in Manayunk?
Yeah.
It's just on the air. We didn't say anything. This wasn't our idea. And then someone texted John and said that we were talking about looking at John.
Whisper down the lane type deal.
Yeah, something about how we were talking about John, and I don't even remember.
Yeah, we didn't do it, but.
And Mike texted me. It's like, yeah, John's really pissed that you're talking about him going to the bathroom at the bar last night. Like, I'm not saying anything. Like, oh, well, he said that, like, I don't know. Like
somebody snapped a picture of him.
Yeah, snapped a picture of him.
That's what it
It was
was.
a picture.
And we had nothing to do with it. Some dude just called in and tweeted at us.
And he said took a picture of John taking a leak at the
Like,
thing.
whoa.
We didn't say that. No, in fact, I ripped the guy and said that's really weird.
Yeah,
Leave
you
him
don't-
alone.
Don't do that.
And then the other one is I was broadcasting with John. John used to do fill-ins on the station. The day Andrew Bynum was traded to the Sixers. We were at the Kitchen Bar in Abington.
How about that?
Breaking news, Andrew Bynum acquired by the Sixers.
Did not know that.
Yep.
Did not know that. Sunshine Johnny. Congratulations.
Stuart Baroa optioned the AAA. Was there a corresponding move?
Well, he was coming back from paternity list.
Oh,
so they
that's
needed
right.
to make a move.
That's right.
He gone. 3 catchers, man. Keep it up.
Is that the 13 personnel?
Real
That
effective
is-
use of our 26-man roster.
All right, YouTube chat recap. What do we got?
It's time for the YouTube chat recap.
How about filling us in?
Let me tell you something else, man.
Watch us live on YouTube every single weekday.
I can't lie. Let me tell you something.
It's the Middays with Marks YouTube chat recap.
Yep.
Ray needs a massage after scouting the Ecuadorian women yesterday. He might get some cramps after scouting the Haitian and Brazilian women Friday. If Bayless from the chat.
Yes, my experience with Latino women, they are very passionate. They have a ton of personality, and they're also a lot of personality there, Ray. Just saying.
Get on out and enjoy the World Cup.
Thursday night, man. Night before the Brazil game.
I'll be live at Live Casino Friday when they're there.
Do you need a co-host?
Yes, come on down.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Live casino?
Yes.
All right, what's next?
Marks was running along the pavement at the pool praying for a whistle to be blown. JM from the chat.
Not true. I was just wishing she'd put some shorts on, honestly. So it wouldn't have to be a topic of conversation that no one wants to talk about.
What was she using? SPF 50, 20? What do you think?
I don't know.
Were those cheeks red?
They were they were tan, actually. I
Well,
think.
if you're a
Not
lifeguard,
the first time.
You can't be bottom up. If you're a lifeguard, you'd be watching the pool.
So they rotate to where they're not always on a stand. Then they have time where they are like they can lay out, they can read.
It's a good gig.
Eat a popsicle. All right, what's next?
The World Cup show with Big Red and Big Ten was outstanding yesterday. Andy from the chat.
Oh, yeah, good show.
Big Ten.
Big Ten.
Is
Who's
that
Big
what they're
Ten?
calling Nate?
Nate.
Big Ten?
I don't know. I'm not.
Ooh.
You guys are obviously in a different club than me.
Is Nate
Negative Nate
considered a 10? Wow.
Where's number 10? Why is he called Big Ten?
Tennyson?
Oh, Tennyson. Oh.
I don't know. Right over my head.
That's ranked Nate. What would you give him? Is he a 10, 9, 8? Where are you at?
Books?
Yeah. Good looking cat.
He's a handsome guy.
A lot of thigh coming out.
He's well built. He's got
Yeah.
good size.
Yeah. He runs.
He runs.
Think he's ever smoked a cigarette?
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh, no way. No. He's a rower. I give him an 8, solid 8.
Mother's a rower.
All right, any more?
John putting Ray's girl on blast like that is crazy. MBD from the chat.
Oh, Ray would have been very happy. That was his girl.
I'm moving back to the burbs.
Yeah.
Idiot like me moved close to the piazza. Apparently all the action's out at the burbs.
If your girlfriend showed up to a pool,
I'm fine.
You're fine with that?
All good.
In front of the family?
All good.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, I had a girlfriend that was Brazilian.
Different stages of my life. I think I'm a little bit more calmer these days, but I won't lie to you. No. Those cheeks are mine. If I was in my 20s, I was an idiot.
Would you wear a bikini, a Brazilian bikini? Showing cheek, Sean?
No. I don't think you want to see them either.
No, I don't.
No, definitely not.
All right, any more, Ray?
Ray is currently researching every pool in the area for good views. Joe Lopez from the chat.
I like
How
that.
about that?
Nice.
That's it. Ricky and Bill coming up next, Sean.
Always a pleasure.
Unfiltered. Talk to you tomorrow. See you. Listen, let's talk about your hair for a second. Morgenstern Hair Restoration. It's not, it is about where you go because there's a lot of people out there that claim to know about your hair loss, all right? So, you know what's easier than replacing hair? It's keeping it. That's why more men today start their treatment earlier with the experts at Morgenstern Hair Restoration. It's about prevention. So if you're looking at your hairline and saying, you know what, I like where I'm at right now, but I don't like where it's going, you can stop hair loss in its tracks. Non-invasive options, medications, topical treatments that's designed to keep the hair that you already have. And it works. It's the same hair team that I've been dealing with for nearly 15 years, and they have more than 30 years of experience doing hair. That makes all the difference in the world. So don't go to an algorithm on Facebook or on Instagram and say, hey, I'm going to buy that product. No. Give them a call first. 610-831-HAIR, 3 locations. 610-831-HAIR, Bala Kinwood, Wayne, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, morgansternhair.com. Morgan with an E, morgansternhair.com.
Now on 90.